one for every attempt. Now, this is the Eurohold World Ranking. This is what all the athletes will be trying to claim the trophy for at the end of the season. And it's going to be interesting because Nica Sanders is leading the way after victory in Caichao, but she's not here at this event. Oriane Berton is, Erin Maniz isn't. So, Rodrigo, we might see things change around here in the order a little bit.
For sure we will. Also, all the Japanese, I think they are, apart from Miho, I think they're all here as well. Also, Oceana on the top 8 there, she's not here, so for sure things will mix up a lot.
Absolutely. Well, this is the starting order. The athletes coming out in the opposite order from where they qualified. So Madison Richardson qualified last. She'll come out first. And all the way down at the bottom, you'll see in a minute, Oriane Berton qualified in first position. Now, this is going to be an interesting semi-finals because, as you said, some athletes are missing, which means that it might allow others to come through and make their first finals, possibly, which is exciting.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're seeing a lot of names that we haven't seen much yet. So I'm excited to see all these athletes perform. Yeah.
Me too. Nica Sanders, for example, her first semi-final. Same with Helen, the other USA athlete, her first semi-finals. There's only one teenager in this group. So it's actually a more experienced round than we've seen in the past. But some very big stars. We can see Zelia Avezou down the bottom joining Oriane Berton at the top spot. Okay. The crowd are here, and look, tell me a little bit about this crowd, because they've been amazing so far.
Wow. Honestly, I think that's the craziest. I'm biased, but I gotta be honest, that's the craziest crowd I've ever seen in the World Cup so far.
I will agree. We're not going to give away what happened last night, but there was a moment with Mejdi where the crowd started chanting his name, and it's like he gained so much energy from that moment. It was really special to watch, wasn't it?
Gotta say, Mejdi is a national hero right now for us. Everyone was so happy to have him here, and yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was a show last night. Don't worry, we won't ruin it yet. Okay, this is how the format will work. We get one athlete out at the beginning on boulder number 1. We get a few rotations through where we just get to focus on one. As we progress through our semi-finals, we'll have 4 athletes climbing at the same time. And then as we get to the end, we'll wind things down so we just focus back on the last few. And this coordination boulder on women's 3, you were saying not a bad start. I think it's a really awkward position down there in the corner and very steep as well on the overhang.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to play a part like generating to the left there, but for sure the foot looks good and the hands look powerful.
Okay, well that is going to be later on in the rotation. So Notex holds some super holds in here and Crux holds, which is a Brazilian brand owned by Felipe Camargo, and he'll be my co-commentator later on. Right, Madison Richardson runs onto the stage from Canada. And she's the first one, and you were saying very walky, this slab, which means there's not many hands involved.
Yeah, that might be my favorite type of slab, actually.
Really? You like that?
I love it.
Oh.
I love it.
All right, well, she comes into the starting position, pressing in. Not too bad at the beginning, but I think this transition into the zone hold is going to be the hard one here.
I find it interesting how she arrived and went straight on to the boulder. Didn't read it much.
It's a good point, actually. Yeah, she didn't spend much time. There's a clock down at the bottom right. The athletes have 5 minutes in semi-finals to figure it out. And there's 24 athletes looking for just 8 finals places here. And this is the tricky move. I mean, she's not standing on very much here. That should be the zone hold.
Yeah, I think she got it.
So that'll be 10 full points because she won't get any deductions as she hasn't fallen. Trying to find that left jib, though.
That's good work. Really good work from Madison there.
And then kind of a pistol squat to stand up.
Yeah, I feel like that right leg there could help on the running. Nice work.
Yeah, I think that was the hardest move. But now, what do? Do you cross? Do you Houdini swap, match your feet? She's going to cross. Hasn't taken a chalk bag either, which is interesting.
Yeah. I think that left foot is pretty good. Oh.
She landed on it, I think, in the middle of her foot a bit too much.
Yeah, I think if you have it on the tip and you're confident enough to stand up on it, should be enough.
Yeah. Okay, well, it'll be interesting. Good first attempt from Madison. That'll be the full 10 points for the zone. Of course, if she now goes to the top, she will get minus 0.1 for that fall.
What climb are you excited to see today?
Good question, man. I'm interested in the coordination, the purple and clear holds, just because. Also, it's kind of a downwards dyno, which is something new this year that's been allowed into the rules. Obviously, it's up to the route setter's discretion to avoid injury, but I can't wait to see that one. And also the Joker boulder, because I talked to Remy the chief route setter about it, and he was really happy with that boulder, so I'm excited to see that. But it's twice now, well, 3 times we started with a slab at the beginning of a round. I mean, you like slabs, so presumably if you had this in front of you, you'd quite like this as a starting boulder?
Yes, I really like slab, but to be honest, I think I like having it as the last one.
Ooh, okay.
Because then I know that it's on my like strong suit side,
so
and I can decide my round on it.
Interesting stuff. Well, Madison is starting here again. Her second attempt, 2 minutes 18 on the clock. Gets stood up nicely. Careful with the feet.
Looking more confident now as well.
Yeah, exactly. She was faster, wasn't she? But again, it's hard to be accurate, isn't it, when you're falling like that onto a hold?
Yeah, also that little jib she's going for the hand there is not very good. We saw it from close.
Yeah, I was like, why would you, or how would you use that thing? Yeah, it's not a lot to hold on to. But it is kind of the only handhold, apart from the starting holds on the boulder. And the top, of course. So Madison, minute 43, has time maybe for 1 or 2 more attempts here.
I find it very interesting as well how the athletes manage their time. Like we saw Sorato yesterday only having like 2 attempts per boulder, taking long rests.
Yeah. You need a lot of confidence to do that, I think. You know, to wind the clock down and think, I'm not going to fall off, I'm going to risk this. I get very nervous when that happens.
Yeah. I find it so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, in the crowd, it kind of builds up that tension and atmosphere, which is great. So Madison will creep those feet across again, looking, as you said, very confident now on this opening move. Finds the biting point with that left toe and will stand up nice and cleanly from her. But this is the move she struggled on, this drop down onto the jib.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah, now time starts to become a factor. 46 seconds, she's got to get straight back on the wall. But it might help, you know, I think sometimes with slabs, athletes can overthink it a little bit, you know, and it's better when actually there's no time left and they just get on with the move. Occasionally that happens.
Yeah, we often see the first attempt being so slow, and when they have the last attempt, they have rehearsed it so much on the wall that they just cruise it.
Yeah, much faster, isn't it? Which is going to have to be 21 seconds. Last chance here for Madison. Comes down towards the top of the volume. 14 seconds now as she pistol squats, stands up. That left leg will be getting a bit tired. And that was better from her. Kind of got a thumb in, but it's going to be the end of her time as she will leave the stage.
Got the zone flash at least, which is good.
Yeah, the full 10 points, which might be really important. The women's round was quite high scoring in qualifying. We saw lots of tops. So those attempts might make a big difference.
Yeah, and from what I have been seeing on the new format, the attempts matter much more right now.
Yes, well, it kind of put paid to you, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Honestly, you guys should have. I wish you were here to witness it, because Rodrigo and any Brazilian climbing or South American climber was on the wall. The noise level was unbelievable. Really special. Right, Helen Gillett is out. This is this lady's first ever semi-finals. She was my co-commentator a while back, I think in, gosh, when was that? I can't remember. China, maybe last year. It was really good to see her in action here. So she starts just tiptoeing those feet across.
She's also wearing those new Andra cramps that I think we might be seeing more right now.
A lot of people are talking about them, because the midsole is special, isn't it? It's kind of been cut away in the middle of the shoe.
I didn't have a chance to try them on yet, but from what I've been seeing,
yeah,
they look good.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things. I think it allows you to be flexible and also have good edging ability on it as well. Because we see lots of, I mean, we talk about shoes a lot, but generally there's stiffer and softer shoes. And I think this is quite a good middle ground between the two.
Yeah, I think what Andra tried to do there, from what I've seen, it's have like a harder tip and a softer all-round shoe.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's a popular one at the moment. All right, Helen into the corner again. Oh, little slip there with that left palm. Those holes are going to get so dirty and chalk-filled by the end of this.
Yeah, and it definitely makes it part.
It does, right. Trust the left foot, stand up. She's into one of the screw holds with her right thumb now. And she needs to stand up, trust that left leg. It makes you realize how good Madison was on that first move.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. She was like cruising that move, and it's definitely not easy.
No. I think it's, honestly, I think it's the hardest bit on the boulder is this first section. She'll clean the hold, clean her feet, clean everything possible.
Do you like slabs, Matt?
Good question. I like slabs outdoors more than I do indoors. So I'm quite good at outdoor climbing slabs, but indoors I'm worried about my shins and my knees.
Okay.
And I find it a bit frustrating, in all honesty. Like, I like to pull. I don't like to just to slip off with my feet. I think basically this is an excuse. I'm bad at slabs, and I need to get better.
So maybe in the gym you would be better in like jibs slab than like in features.
Yeah, I think so. Like, I love crimps more than anything. So, you know, if a slab's got a crimp, I kind of enjoy it. But I think the problem is I'm not a very good technical climber fundamentally. So slab climbing obviously exposes that weakness.
Fair.
All right, Helen with that left foot looks back at, the judge. So this is a starting position here. So the athletes have to show that there's a difference in movement between when they run and pull on and then get going. So you need the judges are maybe looking for a little pause, and there it is, that movement, and it should count that time.
Yeah, that should have been enough.
Yeah, the judges' jobs are to watch carefully, and then the coaches' jobs are to appeal the judges, which does happen. We didn't see many appeals yesterday, though. In fact, none in the finals, which is rare, I think.
Good job to the judges then.
Yeah, they did well. All right, so Helen with a minute 12 is not making progress on this first move. That's our crowd who've started coming in. It's kind of early in the morning here, 10 a.m. Brazilian time. I know there's lots of people joining us for Europe. Hello, if you are listening. Lovely to hear from you, and thank you for being with us. Helen, though, has only 50 seconds left here. Finds the palm in the corner. It's this left foot that's caused her so many problems.
Yeah, she's not finding the smear there.
No. I think foot in wrong position, she can't put the weight on it, and therefore she can't put the pressure through to stand up. And it's the worst feeling, isn't it? When you're alone, you can't do a slab move, you don't know what to do, no one's helping you. It's pretty tough.
And the crowd is starting to build up here.
Yeah, they're encouraging her, aren't they? They're behind her all the way. All right, well, Helen will have to leave for now. And a bit disappointed as she exits the stage. And from now on, we'll get two athletes at the same time. And tell me, you know, this crowd, you know a lot of people in this crowd as well. Are they excited that the IFSC has come to Brazil?
Oh, so excited. Literally every single person I asked in any gym here in Brazil if they were coming, they were like, are you kidding me? Absolutely.
Yeah, people have driven a long way to come to this just for this event.
Yeah.
So Madison is on boulder number 2, the Joker boulder, and we get to see this for the first time. And Afra, we saw her running on, Afra Hoying from Germany, onto the left. 100% progression rate for Team Germany into semi-finals from qualifying, so they've done well. Now this move, you have to fall into the corner.
Maybe also pressing left side. Yeah, oh, really good from Madison there.
Oh, look at this, high foot, good work.
Madison is throwing a good performance there.
Yeah, really good. Our split screen shows both athletes. Afra on the left is on the slab. Madison with a deep splits move. This is potentially the easiest boulder, number 2, according to the setters. So I'm expecting some tops on this one. And she's in a very stretched out position. Now this is all about a subtlety of movement as she comes into the final hold. And there is a jib down on the black volume as Afra falls right down low. She's now got the left foot on it, so she's one move away, and a flash as well, this potentially. So it could be the full 25 points for her.
That's really good from her. Let's see what she can do here. This kind of reminds me of finals yesterday as well.
Oh, yes, you're right. On that move when you kind of move your body over to the left, yeah.
Go watch finals, guys.
Oh, it's really... We won't give it away, don't worry, but yeah. Oh, Madison falls. So another flash to the zone for her then. So that'll be 20 points on the board, which is good. And just while we watch this, just a reminder to everyone, the World Climbing Club has just gone live on YouTube. We've got the all the highlights from yesterday's finals. We follow Zhongwan Chon on his journey through semi-finals, and we also have a feature where I went rock climbing. All that is available for free on YouTube. Now, on the right, our scoreboard. Let me explain some things. If a box is grayed out with a line through it, that means there is currently no score, or no score if the athlete's finished. The box fills up halfway for a zone, 10 points, as you can see from Madison's, and it fills all the way up for a top of maximum 25 minus those attempts. I think Madison is just resting here, and then Afra is back onto the slab. And it's interesting, she's got very soft shoes on, so a different kind of style from that Ondra shoe we were talking about with more of an edging ability on it.
I definitely think it's better for this slab. There is a small jib there, but I think you really need soft shoes for this first volume.
I would agree, yeah. And heels down as well, so you put lots of rubber on.
Yeah, for sure. And the Drago, it's maybe the shoe we see the most in World Cups right now.
Yeah, it's become the shoe of choice for a lot of people. Of course, other brands are available. Afra, face against the wall. She's got to release that right finger, and now she does. So she's just standing on one foot here, just 1 point of contact.
And that should be the zone for her.
Yeah, so points on the board. I think it should be awarded, yeah, because she did move her body. She kind of used the hold. She came away from it kind of quickly.
Now I honestly don't know. Wow. I remember Madison on this boulder now, and
yeah, so good, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was cruising.
We never know when the first couple of athletes come out if the boulders are hard or if they're just really good on the day. But Madison is back onto boulder number 1. She waited a long time for this. And now look at this from Afra. She's up onto the zone, but less than a minute to do it. Madison finds the left foot. Very awkward position for her.
Oh, just missed the foot there.
Oh, and head in her hands. She's got to be quick, though. She can't rest for long here. 42 seconds.
Also for Madison, this might be her last try.
Yeah, she came very close before. This is really the crux of this boulder, though. This move towards the final hold, which is blocked, so you've got to be accurate. Oh, wow.
Interesting beta.
But she's got to jump from that position.
Yeah, that's really hard to generate from. But maybe it was good to stabilize.
16 seconds. Afra is waiting, I think, too long, and Madison falls down. Yeah, Afra surely has to go here. 10 seconds. No, she hasn't rested enough. She's waited too long, and she leaves. Interesting round there. Well, that's our stadium. BMX track on the left-hand side. Lots of sport going on around. And the day that started off very cloudy, which was why it was so humid on our humidity reader. It's now sort of the heat has burnt off some of the clouds.
What do you think of Curitiba so far, Matt?
I'm enjoying it, man. My first time here. I was in Rio a little bit before here. Love being in Rio, never been before. And Curitiba is different. There's sort of more of a student-y vibe, I feel. Like it's a buzzy town. I love the UBT gym that I went to the other day. And I've got to be honest, the food and the cocktails in Brazil are everything I expected them to be. Very, very cool.
I am so glad. If there's something we're proud of, it's the food here.
It's very good. I've eaten a lot of steak. Right, Zoe Peterman's the only GB member here, and he gets herself into semi-finals as well. If she can finish higher than 23rd, it will be a PB for her. And looking good as she stands up with that left foot. And then Helen, very quickly into position. A different way of doing it. Madison had the left foot down low.
Yeah, Madison palmed left side. Helen palming right side there.
And now she gets into the similar kind of position.
I do like boulders where athletes always do different methods.
And to me, it's a mark of good route setting. You know, when you can sort of, when you can have a boulder that 24 athletes do either a little bit differently or, in a similar way, it makes a big difference to you guys watching at home, I think. Helen, one move away now. She just started to fall before she pops for it.
Last hold does not look so bad, though. That crimp looks kind of in-cut.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I think if you can get to it, you're not going to drop it necessarily. You've got to hit it with one arm, but, the athletes are used to doing stuff like that.
They prepare for that, for sure.
So Zoe back on, pressing into the corner. She's really an up-and-comer, this lady. Worth watching. She does very well on the European circuit.
Interesting method she's trying there, having the foot on zone.
Oh yes, it's very low, and then pressing with that left hand.
Damn, that's really cool.
Oh, she's in an awkward position, like.
Let's see if she can make it work.
She was 23rd in Kaichao. That was her previous PB. If she can beat that. 7th at the last European Cup in Munich. And no, she can't find a solution. I think she kind of got herself into a position which wasn't the best, but she had to commit to it once she was in it. I think she might change that up a bit. It's interesting how the athletes are waiting a long time on Boulder 2. It must be a powerful climb.
Yeah. I think pressing on those holds definitely tires you out. And I think it's the type of climb that it's not so risky, so you know you can rest more.
So Helen rests. Helen will breathe on those fingers, blowing off some of the chalk. Zoe back into position now. Pressing in the corner. Now, will she do the same thing, or will she change it up? Adjust those feet, and she is going to do the same thing. Interesting. She's so stretched out, though, but I like it. The problem is this right toe now, because you've then got to sort of transfer all your weight onto the toe box.
Yeah, she's horizontal there, and still keeping tension on those foot.
This is why I'm not the best slab climber. It scares me. If I have my face down looking at a hold, I'm nervous. But she's done very well to get stood up.
Now she makes it work. The foot on the start hold. Oh.
Yeah, I'm just not convinced by that method. I think it takes a bit too long to get into position, perhaps, and then you've burnt a lot of energy being horizontal like that.
Agree.
Helen hasn't had much luck at the opening part of this again. She got within one move before, but hasn't repeated it. And yeah, keeps slipping off that right foot. And looks confused. Zoe changes her technique, slides off, and she'll have hit that knee on the way down as well.
I'm honestly really impressed by Madison. She was walking that.
Yeah, Madison, our first athlete out, and the best so far on that slab, showing us the way. There's Sagi, member of Team Germany's coaching team. An absolute gent he is. I loved sharing the commentary box at the last World Cup with him in Seoul last year. And of course, Seoul is where we will return at the end of the season for the World Championships. So are you going to be going to that one, Rodrigo?
I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Depends on the season, on how it goes. But I would love to be there.
So does that depend on you have to get good results to be able to go?
Yeah, good results. Yeah, mainly good results.
Okay. Fingers crossed for that. Right, Kyra Condi, who is in really good form at the moment, hits the stage. She's a more experienced member of Team USA. Lives in Salt Lake City. In fact, I visited her house last year to do some filming. And Kyra made semis in Kaichao. She was 11th in Kaichao, so really good from her. And an Afra, who is a very powerful climber, might like this boulder here.
I quite like the new format of finals as well, having two climbers on the wall.
Yeah.
Also allows more people to get in the finals. I think it's cool.
Yeah, 8 athletes now move forward. No, I like it too. I think, the more action we can see going on at the same time is good. It just sort of keeps the whole show moving. All right, coordination boulder. And yeah, this is the move that I honestly think is really tricky, matching that second one. with no feet.
Yeah, it definitely depends a lot on the swing.
Yeah. That iPad there in shots is for the coaches. And it allows the coaches to film all of the action.
After trying a different method there, swinging instead of keeping the foot. Oh, Madison so close to the zone right now. Oh, not the zone, but to the coordination move.
Yeah, she was very close. That quarto boulder is number 3, the purple and whites. And Afra there has a long look up at boulder 2. So, Kyra up into the corner. Oh, careful. Oh, she was a long way in one position, sort of hanging there.
Oh, nice. Really cool beta from Afra there.
Yeah, good swing. Falls into the corner. That right palm is not so good. And look at that from Madison. So she's into the first move. Up towards the undercling on the 10.
And those famous non-tax holds from flat hold.
Yeah, it's become the thing, hasn't it? Over the last couple of years. I remember it coming into the World Champs.
Whoa, look at Afra right there.
Oh, upside down.
Upside down. But she seems to be making it work.
Yes.
Super nice beta.
It is great work from Madison. I love that.
Also getting it done there.
Yeah, so she's up halfway through. Kyra's now got stood up, which is good from her, but no, another bobble down. And that's what's so annoying about slabs. You know, in any second you can go.
Afra trying really hard there.
Ooh, not quite. That boulder has got a sting in the end of it. You know, it's difficult at the very end of that climb.
Also, these new, maybe not so new anymore, but these super holds, the shields, they're so interesting. I feel like they can work in so many ways.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
All right, Kyra back into this position. She's done well so far, but has a... Oh, that was a little bobble. Saved it by crimping the edge of the volume. Now left foot up. This is where she started to fall before, dragging that toe up to stabilize the movement. And then starts to bring that leg up as she falls down to the slab. And Madison, let's see how she did this. Makes the match, makes the drop down much better from her.
And almost using that block hold as well to stop the swing.
Madison is having a good round at the moment.
Really interesting beta there.
Falls into that left hand, just fingertips in action as she makes the match now. And one move away. No! Sometimes cutting your feet loose like that means you put all of your weight underneath you, which can work, but I think she just swinging out a bit too far.
I think that beta was really good. She just had to commit on the 1-2 for the top.
So Kyra leaves, Madison leaves. No tops so far. These are our first couple of athletes progress through the boulders. I think we're almost about to see boulder number 4, maybe in the next rotation. Your favourite, the power one. Look at that. What a wonderful day. Scoreboard on the right. It's Madison leading the way, 29.8. 3 zones. And we saw it in the men's comp. I mean, we had a... I'm not going to give it away, but we saw bronze get bronze by just zones yesterday. And, you know, zones are very important with this scoring system.
I got to say, though, it was a really, really hard final, but one of the most fun finals I've ever seen.
It was good, wasn't it? See, we're teasing you at home. We're not going to tell you, but, you know, just making you go watch it. Right, Helen Gillett is on the quarto move. And then for the first time, we see Team Austria out as Sandra Lettner comes onto the stage.
Matt, I should have brought a fan because my hands are so sweaty right now.
It's intense in the commentary box, isn't it?
Yeah.
People, I know you've done this with me before, but people who do this for the first time are always surprised how intense it is to watch this. You guys put me through hell every time I'm out there, basically. So Sandra has got a left foot on the slab. And Zoe is on the Joker boulder.
Sandra is looking really good. I think that's her first attempt.
Yeah, she's up. Should get the zone from this position. Should be awarded now.
Yeah, now for sure.
Yeah. So Zoe has the right foot that's worse than it looks. Work from her. Shoulders in action though now.
Sandra having the back of her index finger there, keeping her on the wall.
That's unusual, isn't it?
Made it work.
Yeah, she's up now. So she can stand up on this left foot. She'll then think about the second part of this boulder. No, she can't. Zoe is again horizontal on the wall. She spent more time sideways at the moment than she has stood up. And again, just very awkward to get out of that position.
Oh, we can see the palm there.
I love this move when you lift your own leg into position. It's very tenuous, though, this position she's in.
That was awesome.
Now finds the jib, and she'll feel so much more comfortable on this jib now.
Definitely a bit of time to breathe there now.
Helen is established and drops into the first, so she should get the zone now. Zoe's been on this boulder for an eternity.
Let's see if Helen can find the foot crack that. I wonder if we will see people jamming on that crack again.
Yes, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Because sometimes a blocker makes that crack feature and you can just sort of shove your foot into it. Zoe is still on this boulder. I don't know how long it's been, but wow, a long time. And her shoulders are going to be screaming at her.
That's the type of boulder that you do not want to fall and have to do everything again.
Exactly. And she's not looking that stable either. No, she does fall. She's going to be exhausted. Wants a brush, but she's going to have to sit down for a while and breathe, I think.
At least she has time. She has enough time to recover, I think.
All right, Helen swinging again, finds the left, drops it down though. I love her face, Helen. She's like, I like it when an athlete shows me all of her emotions out on the stage, and she's really doing that. It's generally confusion at the moment with Helen.
I really like seeing Stasha on the wall just by how so emotional she is.
I know, I miss Stasha. She's kind of retired from competitions now. She's got a proper job. She's working full-time as an engineer at the moment.
Damn, that's crazy.
I don't know if she's listening, but Sasha, if you are, please come back. I need you in the commentary box. I'm sure she's not listening right now. She's probably at work. Oh, no, it's Sunday. She's not at work. Hi, Sasha. All right, back on the 7. She's looking like she wants to go almost low on this. Now brings the left foot up.
Zoe cruising that zone movement.
Yeah, she's learned the movement, I think, more. She had to really figure it out the first time she did it, and using a different method here. Much smoother. Better from Zoe, pushing herself into the corner. It's interesting, she's changed her beaters so much, Zoe, from the first time.
Completely different beta.
Yeah. Some of that is experience, you know, she hasn't, this is only her second semi-finals. You know, she's learning the different, and something that we were talking about yesterday is that IFSC World Cup route setters like to put athletes in uncomfortable positions, you know. And Zoe is a move away though, can she get it? 5 seconds, no. It's almost like the buzzer went and she kind of freaks herself out up there. Good effort from Zoe though. Well, that's the coaches area. The athletes are sitting behind, and then the crowd are behind them.
And now we'll see the last boulder for the first time.
Yeah, your favourite, the power boulder at the very end of the wall. And Madison is on that to finish off her comp. And Chloe Kosko onto the stage as well. Lovely to see Chloe out and climbing well in semis again. There
also
she is in
back
the
on the circuit this year.
It is, yeah, she's back on the circuit. Kyra, her teammate, right now. And then now we've got our split screen. So, top left of your screen, Chloe Koskoy, then Kyra Condi on the Joker boulder, Afra Hoink on boulder number 3, the Cordo, and then Madison Richard will be down on the right-hand side. We're seeing double screens at the moment on that. So, Kyra in the corner. And then big coming very, very close at the moment on boulder 4. And there we are, we see her on the top right of your screen falling, but the crowd was screaming because of that. She was up towards the zone, past the zone hold. Kyra in the corner, falling in. Looks up and left now. Yeah, talk about Chloe Koskoy on the top left of your screen. She was in Japan after China, having a full sort of training session out there on those gyms. And I chatted to her the other day in the World Climbing Club about that.
I actually saw her in Japan.
Did you?
Yeah, we had a few sessions together. It was really fun.
Which gyms were you at?
B-Pump, Ogikubo.
Okay.
The classic.
Any black tapes getting sent?
Whoa.
If you don't know, the black tapes in B-Pump are legendary for being kind of impossible, let's be honest, unless you're sort of an 8B, 8C climber.
Yeah, they're for sure on the V15 range.
Yeah, exactly. Just that gym. I like going to B-Pump just to remind myself that I'm a terrible climber, just because you're like, why is this V5 the hardest thing I've ever tried to climb? Kyra is a move away, though. Look at this. Comes in, rotates through.
Oh, really nice bait.
One hand. Now, if you don't know the rules, you have to match the final hold with 2 hands and show control. Kyra wasn't in control and just had 1 hand on it, so that will not count.
I really like that she had it as a side pull instead of pressing it.
It's clever climbing from her, wasn't it? So Madison is shaking those hands on the right hand, trying to get the pump out, which she'll need to do because it's a power boulder, and she got very close to topping it.
Madison getting really close to all the tops so far.
She's done great, isn't it? I mean, she's leading the way with 29.8 at the moment. She will get the zone. I think that scoreboard is wrong at the moment. But that will be updated in a minute. So, Sandra starting the swing. Finds the 10. Will get stood up, hits the no-tex.
Chloe finding the stand-up now. That's really cool.
Yeah, she's looking good. I mean, she will have done quite a bit of slab climbing in Japan. Tiptoes that left foot down onto the jib.
Finds the foot there.
And then Kyra gets stood up really high, twists into that right toe.
And I think we could see a top right now from Kyra.
Yeah, she came.
I hope so.
I think so too. She came 1 move away before. Hits the press. Oh, Chloe as well getting closer. And there is the score updated now. So Madison, yeah, 39.8. Although she's just got zone, she is leading the way with that one.
Let's see what Kyra can do.
So Afra on the no-tex. Oh, hits the paddle. Good work from her. Chloe up into the corner now. She's got 16 seconds. Will need to be fast. But not going to happen for her. She will leave the stage. So, low scoring round at the moment as we come through the first half of our semi-finals. Remember, the athletes coming out in the opposite order. So the ones who qualified down at the bottom start things off. And this is backstage, this shot, the athlete waiting area. They're being held by one of our volunteers that have been waiting on the chairs before this. And then they're held before running out onto the stage. I love this shot because this is not something we usually see in a World Cup.
Yeah, and it's so cool being behind there, just getting hyped to go out there and climb.
Yeah, you can hear the crowd, you can't see it, and you come out and then the wall of noise hits you. Very exciting moment for the athletes. Okay, so our first Italian athlete on the stage, Giulia Medici. She'll be climbing right now. 4 minutes 40 left on the clock as the athletes get a few seconds to look at the boulders. So, Sandra Lettner in boulder 2, Zoe Peterman's on boulder 3, and then Helen Gillett will finish off her session here with the power boulder. 45 to 50 degrees overhanging on the far right of the stage, and remember they've already had 3 boulders before that point. It's interesting because the setters get to decide the order of the boulders, and clearly they've put a very powerful one at the end, which is always tough.
Yeah, it's really interesting to think what they had on their minds.
Yeah, there's a lot of consideration into that. They'll set the boulders and then they have a think, usually on the morning of the competition. Obviously they'll have processed the what they'd like to do, and then they'll turn up, look at the conditions, have a think about the athletes and decide the exact order.
It's also crazy how much it takes apart the order of the boulders, like for the athletes. Sometimes it's such a rough round and you need the top only on the last one.
Yeah, it's a big decision. Right, Zoe looked very good on that swing to the left there. Super controlled as she comes up. These no-text holds, you don't want to adjust too much on them. And the thing is, you go from no-text to slopers, you know, it's a lot of skin, a lot of friction involved on that.
And it's also like, do I want chalk on my hands or not?
Yeah, and the rules have been changed this year, so it's now a yellow card if you start licking your fingers. For obvious reasons, we don't really want sort of lots of spit all over the holds. But the athletes are allowed to take a sort of a bottle of water, which has a spray function onto it, so you can spritz your hands with a bit of moisture if you want. That's backstage. Lovely shot of the athletes preparing between rounds, some with headphones on, others kind of more focused, staring out. Well, everyone's focused, but different techniques to stay focused. So, Sandra now pressing up into the corner. Good work from her as she finds the palm. We'll need to bring that right toe, though, to match the right hand, which is a horizontal position. Giulia Medici is doing well on the slab, and Helen hits the hold before the zone. That's better with the toe hook locked in from her on the top right. But no, can't flick the foot over to the left to get the position to hit the zone hold.
The round has really started to get on fire right now.
Heating up, isn't it? 8 athletes have climbed, 24 total. Helen will take a while to compose herself here. A lot of powerful moves in that final climb. You can't have many attempts. Keep an eye on Sandra here in the center of your screen now as she goes up into the presses. And Rodrigo, these moves where she's pressing upwards, really hard on your back, isn't it, and shoulder muscles.
Yeah, they're definitely like a type of move that really tires you out when you're on the wall. I think that's why the athletes are resting so much between attempts on this climb.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't look like they're trying hard. It looks like they're just standing up. But in reality, there's so many little twitch muscles being activated. Giulia, again, we've just got to remind ourselves how good Madison was on that slab. No one else has come close to it yet.
Zoe trying to stop on that first hold on the coordination there.
All right, Sandra again looking very smooth as she stands up with that high left foot. Oh, misses the jib, kicks into it the second time. And let's see, so you were saying Zoe on at women's 3, stopping.
Let's see if she'll try that again. She seemed confident on that beta.
Yeah, she's again another power climber here.
Trying the coordination now.
So that's a paddle move, isn't it? What we like to describe when you you move your hands quickly through the sequence.
And it's something that all the athletes practice a lot, but it's crazy how every single time the holds are different, and even if it's a similar move, there's always subtleties to it that makes it hard to learn.
Yes, and you have to learn the move as well often. What a view that is. I love our drone shots here. The city stretched out as far as the eye can see into the distance. Lots of greenery, though, around. I haven't been to the Capybara Park yet.
No way.
I know, I haven't seen it. There's a park with capybaras, wild capybaras, I guess. And every athlete's Instagram seems to be just capybaras at the moment.
And it's so funny because for us, like Brazilians, it's kind of normal to have them here. But yeah, I saw in like so many of the athletes' Instagrams, like photos with them hugging the capybaras. It was funny.
I know actually a zookeeper over in Europe who looks after capybaras, who wanted to come here purely to see the capybaras. So it's, yeah, as you say, a big deal. But I haven't seen it, and I'm not going to have time to see it as well. I have to come back next year.
And also, it's really cool because the prize the athletes get, apart from the medal, it's a little capybara.
Yep, soft toy, isn't it?
Soft toy, yeah.
Yes, they were left alone, unguarded on one of the tables. I was very tempted to steal one, but I didn't. I behaved myself. Right, Chloe goes horizontal as she presses her way up on the on women's 2. And on women's number 1, Giorgia Tessio starts off her competition. 2 Italian teammates qualifying after each other. Good work from Chloe.
Yeah, Chloe is really cruising that so far.
And Kyra Condi has a think about the Cordo moves here.
Oh, interesting. She's doing a heel hook there on the jib.
Oh, yes. I mean, it allows her to chalk up, so a good position to find here.
I mean, just... the athletes were struggling there. She was choking.
Oh, no! She did it statically. I thought she could have done that. I think that's a clever way to do it.
Yeah, me too.
And she's one of our taller athletes, so might find that stretch a bit easier to get. About 5'7", I think, 5'8". Okay, Afra's on the power boulder on the right. Not many people have got into that position yet. Good work from Kyra, who makes it through the first sequence. Oh, look at this from Kyra Condi. Oh.
That was incredible from Kyra. She definitely has this.
I sort of feel we're playing a bit of a chess game at the moment. Like, we need an athlete to break through into a top, and, you know, suddenly the whole competition will feel a bit different. At the moment, it's very close in terms of scores.
We have a slang here in Brazil, which is open the gate.
Yep.
Like, whenever there's a lot of people trying a climb and no one's doing it, and then suddenly someone does it, and then everyone sends it, the first person opened the gate for everyone.
In the UK, we say it's the send train.
Oh,
so if you're on the send train, that's a similar kind of thing.
Yeah. So I hope we can see someone open the gate and start send training everyone.
Exactly, jump on the send train. Yeah, it's funny. I love how different countries have different terminology that mean the same thing within climbing. It's really cool. So this was Chloe. This is Chloe in the same similar position she got to before. Has the heel, or trying to find the heel, searching around for it. Hasn't got it locked in yet. Now maybe does as she rocks over. She deserves this top. She changes it into a toe.
Wow.
That is surely as close as you can get.
So close. I wonder if she had tried Kyra's beta, getting it as a side pull.
Yeah.
If she could have made it work.
Look at this from Afra. Into the zone, gets a heel in, and it's just slopers here, though, from here on out.
Afra looking really strong.
Has an eye on the final hold, crosses in. Oh, again, another close one. The athletes are just teasing the crowd here.
It's crazy. We've seen so many hands on the top, and yet no top so far.
So exciting at the moment. Very close. 39.8 is Madison's top score. Afra at 39.3 after that zone she just got.
And that shot we had from Afra on the last hold was really cool. It's actually way worse than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Okay, so Kyra pulling back on, starting this swing. She's looking smooth on this. This is Giorgia Tessio, who's doing very well on the slab as well.
Yeah, she's cruising. Also, Kyra there chalking up to try that last move one more time.
Not quite for Kyra, not quite for Giorgia Tessio. Chloe Koskoy has 28 seconds, though. She's got to be quick. So Giorgia finds the left foot. She's only got 16 seconds. Chloe also has 16 seconds.
Chloe going for that top move again.
It's going to be close. 10 seconds now. Come on, Chloe, find this top. She hasn't turned the heel into a toe. She's just going to have to jump. 3, 2, 1. Is it going to be enough? No, she's been timed out. I don't know if that's going to be given, you know.
I don't think it was.
No, I think she was a second
so
outside.
Sad.
Oh, she looks back. I mean, there might be an appeal coming through on that, but according to our clock, and there might be a delay, I'm not sure, but according to our clock, she was timed out on that one.
Yeah, if there's no top, definitely the US team will appeal.
Yeah.
If it is a top, the other teams will be appealing.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be paper, and I'm looking out right now as I see the coaches replaying iPads just to check it out. So Zoe is on right now.
And now we have Sophia, the first Swiss and only Swiss in the semi-final today.
Yeah, we'll see a shot of her in a sec. Sandra, meanwhile, leaps easily in. Yes, there is Sophia on slab number 1. And I'd like to shout out Sophia's YouTube channel. I like it when athletes do things in the creative world. Sophia is doing lots of training plans at the moment. So if you want to crush like Sophia Yokoyama, go to her YouTube channel and her training plans, and you can follow that. And she's looking really confident on the slab on the top left as well. And on women's number 2, the brushers paying lots of attention. Sophia jumps down.
Seems like a hard round, but to be honest, that's what we expect from semifinals.
Yeah. It's usually the hardest round, isn't it?
Yeah, it is kind of known that it is even harder in finals.
Now, Chloe Koskoy has got a top on women's 2. So it's going to be interesting, that one.
Yeah, we can see the coaches making some appeals right now. Sandra trying that last move one more time, let's see.
All right, so Zoe.
She found the zone now on the last floater.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that appeal situation, whether that comes in or not. Look at this, though. The crowd getting behind Julie Medici here in the middle. All right. So, standing up is Sophia, almost standing up anyway. She came down, though. And she will clean up that hold. Yeah, that is being reviewed, by the way, that top for Chloe Koskoy. So it does say a top on our screen. It was timed out on our clock. As I said, there might be a little bit of a delay with our clock, perhaps, but it's being looked at by the judges. So Sandra stands up into the 10.
We can see the athletes on the back there.
So Zoe has a long breath here. She's looking kind of tired out there, isn't she, at the moment?
She's definitely resting up for her last try there.
Yeah, she'll have one more attempt, 55 seconds, the buzzer goes. Sophia Yokoyama will run into the starting position as well. And then a high foot there for Julia Medici. And Zoe Peterman's looking good. She's trying to find that toe hook, but it's quite a long way to the right, and she keeps sliding off the no-tex. And yeah, it does come down. I think just too long in that sort of stretched position.
Yeah, she was there for a long time as well.
Yeah. Julia Medici with awkward shoulder positions here, tries to blow a bit of chalk off those fingers as she looks left.
Interesting, she was not with the foot on the start hold.
Oh, Sandra one move away as well. So Sophia, she looks so good in her first couple of moves here and really struggled towards the end of the competition. Right, so our next rotation round comes through here, and Chloe Collier out on the slabs. Great to see her back in the semi-finals. The powerhouse of a climber. Cara Condi down on women's 4. Chloe Koskoy hits up women's 3, and Georgia Tessio on our centre screen on women's number 2. Kyra looks a bit frustrated. Chloe, who we are still waiting, and look now, that score has just been...
that Madison is trying. Oh, just a little foot slip there.
Yeah, a little pop. So, Chloe looks left. She wants to brush over on the left, she's telling him. Clean up the second half of the slab, where actually the worst feet are is down on the left. So she wants a brush on that one.
Kyra also quick drop to the zone there.
Yeah, fast one, and that bumped her score up to 39.2 on our leaderboard. Alright, so on the main screen,
Chloe having her thumb there on the screw hold to help her stand up.
Yeah, she was trying to find some fingers with the left hand to press upwards, but there's not a lot to be had there, and especially it's awkward underneath your own leg. Georgia Tessio. It's interesting. Sorry, go on.
Chloe going for the move again. I think she can do the foot jam.
Yeah, this is the big paddle move. Oh, yes, she has got the foot jamming. Good spot, Rodrigo.
Really cool. Let's see if we can find the top here.
And yes, she can. Well, women's number 2 might be in doubt for Chloe Koskoy. Women's number 3 is not. She will be awarded that for sure. And that will bump her score up. And there it goes, 59.2 on the board.
That is really cool to see.
Good work from her. Yes, we'll keep an eye. We'll let you know. It is being looked at, her top on 2. So, for the first time, we see a definite top here, and the screen is blanked out, of course, now on women's 3, so we have 3 boulders. Let's see, let's keep an eye on Kyra on the right-hand side here. She got the zone quickly, as you said, but the top of the boulder, I think, is really the crux on that one.
Yeah, for sure, that last move.
And the heel popped, and you can't really hold that move with your feet swinging off backwards. Chloe's starting to get frustrated as well with that slab. Everyone starts off quite confident on that slab, and then you can feel the irritation start to build as you keep sliding off it. And I mean that in the nicest possible way. A slab should challenge you like that. You know, it should drive you insane.
Yeah, definitely. And it's crazy because they're still with the hands on the start hold, and I think that plays definitely.
It's a challenging mental game, especially on the first climb out. So Georgia gets stood up into the corner. Palm pressing upwards here, facing the way a little bit. She tries to work her way around the boulder, around the blue super hold, I mean. Now, I think you're right about turning this into a side pull. That's where we've seen the athletes get closer.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see if she finds it. She does.
Pops up. Yes, we're going to see another time.
That is really cool work.
Yeah, pull up to celebrate in the crowd. Loving that moment with lots of time left on the clock.
Also Kyra there.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh no! She found the palm on the no-tex, but it slid off as she put some weight through it. And Chloe has 20 seconds. She's not going to progress either towards the zone on that one.
I really thought she had it there.
So I've been told by the judges no top for Chloe Koskoi on women's 2, which is what we thought. We did see her clearly timed out there.
Which is a bit of a bummer, but at least she got the top on number 3. So I think that will keep her hyped up for number 4.
Yeah. Okay, we have another rotation through. Anon Matafuchi onto the stage now. Down on the far left onto the slab. Sandra Lettner will finish off her comp. Julia Medici is on women's 3, and Sofia Yokoyama is on women's number 2.
And she's the first Japanese we're seeing out tonight.
Yes, and what a Japanese run they've been having at the moment. So many athletes through from qualies to semis and then progressing to finals as well.
I'm pretty sure the whole team progressed to semis.
Yeah. Same with Team Germany, though, as well. 100% progression into semis, but Team Japan have stepped things up into the finals as well, which Team Germany didn't manage to do. So, Sofia, let's see how she's feeling. So, Anon Matsufuchi on the slab. Careful, careful with the feet.
Cruising it so far. And I gotta say, I wouldn't expect anything less from her. I visited her gym in Japan, the gym she trains on, Mabu, and the slaps there are so hard.
Yeah. Yeah, those Japanese athletes are so good with their feet, so precise with the movements. So just to let you know, although now the score has been updated on the right-hand side, sometimes we have a bit of a delay with the scoreboard.
Still in first place, though, Chloe Koskoi there.
Yeah, well, that top on number 3, and she's got a Boulder to go, so good work from Chloe, 44.4.
I wonder what the cut will be for finals.
It's always interesting, isn't it? And usually it's only in the last sort of like couple of boulders where we really can find out. So if you're watching, you've got to keep watching until the very end.
My guess is the slab will be the one with less tops today.
I think so too. It's proving to be one of the harder boulders out there. I mean, I did look at it and think, wow, those feet are bad. You know, I was quite shocked and when I say bad, I'm not saying as in it's a hold that isn't a good hold in bad quality. I mean, the feet are bad, as in like it's hard to stand
Yeah,
on.
they're so flat.
Yes.
The volumes are really flat.
And sometimes it's hard from this angle. That's a better angle to show how slopey they are. And look at this from Anon. She's turning a difficult hold into an easy hold as she gets stood up. Big move, though, to drop onto this left foot. As we saw from Madison, similar kind of thing. Hard to hit the jib with the left hand. There's Julia Medici in the centre of your screen. She starts this swing. Very awkward positioning. It's hard to generate this swing that she's doing because you can't really kick off on the wall because the left hand is bad. You're sort of trying to find the position.
Yeah, it's the type of move where you have to swing, but not so much.
Yeah, controlled swing in an uncomfortable position, if that makes any sense.
I think you described it pretty well.
So, Anon Matsufuchi on the top left of your screen did pretty well, similar to Madison. And Madison is still sitting in second with a 39.8. Sandra Lettner is resting on the far right. Julie Medici also resting. Sofia Yokiyama is chilling as well. She's got no tops so far. Sorry, no zones so far.
Sandra Lettner also making good work there.
I love how chill Anon is in this position here. Just can stand on that one foot with ease. Got to be accurate with this next move, though. Kick over to the left.
Oh, just missing the foot there. It is a good foothold, though.
Yeah, big foothold, isn't it?
Just far.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's the distance you have to fall onto it. So with 13 seconds to go, I think everyone is leaving the stage. Yes, Sofia, still no zones yet. Remember, the scoreboard is a little delayed at the moment, so that might change. And that's our shot of our sports complex here in Curitiba. The lake on the left, so there's lots of running tracks around this area as well. This is backstage. Chloe Koskoi about to come out for her final boulder, where she would love to get another zone and really cement herself. And then running on for the first time is Nica Sanders down on the left. No relation, by the way, to Annie Sanders. I asked her that specifically because I actually didn't know. I thought they might be related perhaps, but no. Just happens to have the same second name.
I honestly thought they were related.
I think a lot of people do. And I sort of presumed they weren't just because they look very different, but I did confirm that one the other day.
Nakaya does have a sister, though.
Yeah, she does, yeah, and she does climb. So, yeah, Nakaya's sister, yes, another competitive athlete. There's three Sanders, basically. Also unrelated to KFC. So Chloe falls on the first moves. Nakaya gets stood up now.
Really good work for Nakaya there.
Yeah, very smooth on that slab. I was chatting to one of her teammates the other day, and I said, I just didn't know she was this good. He said, oh yeah, you wait. You know, she's learning, of course, her trade here, but she is really one for the future to keep an eye on here. And look at how smooth she's making this as she stands up on that left jib.
And I think that was a flash to zone for her.
It is, yes, that'll be the full 10 points.
Wow, is she gonna slow climb this move?
Oh, she nearly fell there, though. Almost don't breathe.
That is awesome.
Can she make this match? I mean, she's got to now trust the left foot to adjust.
That is incredible.
Lots Chloe Collier on women's 2 as well. Look at this from Nakaya. She's, oh no!
Oh, that was so close.
She doesn't know how good that was as well.
Yeah.
Right, Chloe one move away now. Can she trust this left foot? Working hard. She tries to drop into the side pull. Come on, Chloe. No, just a little bit inaccurate on that left hand. Chloe Koskoi could climb herself into a very good position here. 44.4 is her score so far. No zone awarded yet on the final climb.
Nakaya straight back on the wall.
The boys from Team France, by the way, have just entered the arena, and the crowd kind of react to them. We've got Paul and Medjdi walking in, and the crowd turn their attention to them. But we're watching the climbing, and listen to that reaction there. You can hear it in my mic. They're all waving at Medjdi right now. Right, Nakaya back into the position in the middle of the wall. Georgia Tessio on the no-tex as well with the right hand.
Close to that pedal.
A lot of athletes have touched that final hold, not quite now. Nakaya, I think that right foot's still in the wrong position, so she'll have to do this tiptoe movement with the feet.
She's really aiming for the foot right now. And she has it without the thumb.
What balance from Nakaya here. This is impressive stuff. We see Josh Larson on the bottom right screaming some encouragement. Could we see our first top on the slab here? She needs to keep calm in this movement, though. Pistol squat, it should be.
Work for Nakaya.
Fair play. And
that is awesome.
That reaction absolutely deserved. We were clapping in the commentary box because that was awesome from her. Very, very cool.
Psyched to see her first stop on the slab there. is a really good start for Nica if she can keep that up.
Yeah, if she can carry on through the round, that will be a very impressive performance from her. Right, Chloe Collier pressing into the corner. Up she comes with the left hand. Came one move away from the top before. And look at that scoreboard. Nica jumping straight up into 8th position after just one boulder, so she's in a provisional finals place. I know a long way to go, of course, but it's cool to see.
Chloe still haven't got that zone yet on boulder number 4 and might be crucial.
It could be, couldn't it? And she's being very patient with 28 seconds to go. I think she knows that the zone is important on this power boulder. Grimacing as Chloe pulls herself into position. Hits the right hand very low though, and I think just burning out of some energy there. I'm not sure if she can and she will leave, but Chloe Collier does have some time here.
She really wants it. Oh, that was so close.
Yeah, a frustrated scream from Chloe Collier.
She knew she could have done it.
Right, we rotate through as we get ready for our second round here. Our next rotation of our athletes.
And now we have our second German on the wall for today. And Alma Bestvater. And I'm trying a different method there. Stepping on the volume instead of stepping on the hold. And Alma straight on the, up on the slab.
Yeah, great to see Alma back in action. She's been recovered for the last couple of years with multiple shoulder surgeries, and I've been chatting to her. Apparently she's fit at the moment. But a real fighter, overbalancing that time though.
Good to see her back.
It's lovely to see her back, yeah. It really is. Team Germany sort of in a bit of a rebuilding phase at the moment, looking towards the future. Sofia Yokoyama then pulls into the position on the corner move. Not quite for Sofia this time. And Anon Matsufuji as well into the corner. Quick work from her too. She tries to palm into this position. The DJ ramping things up, the crowd enjoying it. The crowd has swelled, actually. There's a big crowd now in the stadium. Anon getting a lot of encouragement as well as she finds the right foot.
Good work from Anon there.
Yeah, she's easily into this position and looking very calm, very relaxed at the moment, trying to compose herself. We know there's physical, pressy moves to come, though. And keep an eye on Alma Bestvater as well.
If there's something the Japanese are good on, is keeping their cool, even when they're trying really hard.
Yes, it's a good point, Rodrigo. Yeah, you really are at that. Right, and on with the splits move on the slab. Now, careful as that right hand, right foot starts to rotate off, finds the hand. Hits the jib with the left. She's been on this a long time. Won't want to drop it at this point. Careful, careful with the hands. She's got to turn this into that side pull, I think.
Yeah, really trying to find a position there. Oh, so close.
It's quite a good hold, that, you know.
Yeah, it is a really good crimp. It's just an awkward move.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. She was the first one to, like, pinch the dual text and have her thumb low to launch for that move.
Interesting. Now, there is a bit of a debate going on women's too with the judges at the moment. I think it's maybe, I don't know what it is going on there. I think... Yeah, I'm not sure. I think they're talking about one of the holds there on women's too. Anyway, we'll stick with Afra right now. She gets stood up into the position in the corner. Oh, little teeter there, and back she goes.
Sophia finding the zone as well. Let's see if she can do this move.
I have a feeling that will be a blood call on women's too, yes, because the setters you can see walking through the shot now, so it will be a blood issue on the slab, I think, which means it will need to be cleaned and presumably should be fitted into the rotation later on. Right now we'll stick with Julia Medici on the main screen and then back to Alma Bestvata as she runs into the position on the slab.
And we haven't seen any French so far.
No.
But cool to see that they all qualified really high up on the ranking on qualies.
Now, just to let you know what's going on with boulder number 2, I'm being told by the judges it's because of a hold that Matsufuchi said is moving. So that means that it's come loose somehow. And obviously, a moving hold is not what we want to see, so the setters will come up and tighten that, and she'll be fitted back into the rotation at some point. Julia Medici goes up. Sofia Yokoyama with 30 seconds to go here. Needs to make some progress on his paddle move. Left, right, low on the left hand, though. And you can see that hold being adjusted there. So, and it's interesting because that's a large hold to come loose. So it might have been a, one of the screws getting shredded. I don't know. I'm not a root setter. So 5 seconds to go. It's not going to be enough time, and I think we might have another delay with either the whole comp at this point or just boulder number 2, because it looks like that's a slightly bigger job to fix that. So we'll see how things work out. I think it will probably carry on apart from boulder 2.
Yeah, they might have to take the hold off the wall. And
yeah, it'll be interesting because you can't, obviously there might not be a exact replacement. Yeah, so it will be a delay, and this is what's going on. This is so I think they're trying to take out a screw hole that's maybe been sort of unthreaded on the bottom, or drilling a new hole.
We can see that they put a hold on the back there to be able to stabilize the jib on the hold.
There we go. So some DIY being done by the setters. You can see the markings on the wall by the green hold, and because of this delay, we have got a slight pause in the round, which I think is the right thing to do. So the whole round will be paused while we fix this.
Definitely, and I gotta say they did a really, really quick job there.
Yeah.
So really good job for the root setters.
Yeah, I have so much respect for any root setter, because not only is your job one of the hardest in the building, you know, you have to do moments like this, and that hold coming loose will not necessarily be anything to do with them. It's just one of those things. So,
yeah.
And as you say, thinking quickly on your feet, solving the problem.
They were really effective there. Reminded me of like Formula 1, that
Yes.
the car stops and they change the wheels.
I know exactly what you mean, yeah.
So smooth.
It is so smooth. They're very talented at what they do. And also, I want to shout out Remy, who personally gives me an awful lot of time, because he has many, many things he has to do. And he always will take a moment to talk to me, describe some of the routes. So thank you very much, Remy. I know you won't be listening because you will be very busy right now, but it makes a big difference. Right, well, this is our sports complex once more. That BMX track, well, I would love to have a go on in the middle of your screen. I was talking to Ben last night, my co-commentator, who's also a rider. Was it Ben? I don't think it was Ben, actually. I can't remember who it was. Someone was talking about that. And then I think there's a baseball field out on the right-hand side. Football, of course, Brazil's main sport. That takes place all around. And there's a basketball tournament that happens on the right-hand side of our wall. So our current leaderboard over on the right, Chloe Koskoe leading the way with 44.2 over Georgia Tessio and Madison Richardson. Then Afra Hoing after that. Kyra Condi up in the top 5. Sandra Lettner in 6th. Zoe Peterman 7. And 8th is Nica Sanders after that fantastic send of the first climb. That's our provisional results. Remember, we're looking for just 8.
I think we might be seeing just Anon for now, as she will have her time back on the wall.
Yeah, we can see
She's
her
just waiting for like the exact time she had when she complained about the hold.
It might be, or it might be 2 minutes reset. I think there's kind of, it depends on the reaction. Yeah, 2 minutes. So they usually get a sort of a certain amount of time, and that's usually 2 minutes when things are reset for a technical incident. So the crowd get behind her. It's a tricky one for an athlete to deal with this, but this crowd is really helping her through this moment. Honestly, I mean, you were out there, right? That can you feel the support from the crowd?
It was honestly crazy. When I was back there on qualies, like on that corridor to run in, it was like a roar. Wow. It was insane.
So cool. Right, Anon will have had some time to think about this. Can she put it together? Falls onto the right hand.
Seems to be locked in.
All right, so Anon stretched out on the top of this boulder. Hands on the top, she finds the right palm. 1 minute is going to sound, though, very soon. Awkward position for her as she gets stood up as high as she can be. Left thumb pressing in underneath.
She's going for that same method she tried before.
Two hands! Oh!
40 seconds on the clock.
She's going to have to get straight back onto this boulder, surely.
She'll have to fly up.
I mean, yeah, she's not got a lot of time here. 35 seconds now. 30 seconds on the clock. She's, as you said, going to have to fly through this. Makes the match on the opening sequence. Looks right here and then drops off and down. And we are having a bit of an issue here with the camera, but we'll try to sort that out as soon as possible. And she's down and out with 13 seconds to go as she leaves the stage. And then we can see our backstage area there. The athletes lining up and waiting. And Nica Sanders is about to come out now. She's had quite a while to have a think here about the next couple of sets of boulders, and she's currently in a very good position. Can Nica do it again? Can she get a second top in a row? Chloe Collier on women's number 3. And Katja Debovits coming on for Slovenia. And Nica Sanders, so I can say Nica, don't I? Nica Sanders on women's 2. All right, so we rotate through. Georgia Tessio wants to finish off her competition with a bang here on the right. And Katja Debovits has had a good comp so far, strong qualifying round. And this is Chloe Collier who will jump over. Ooh, close to the hitting the match. Yeah.
Katja looking good on that slab as well.
I wanted to let you know that Nika Potapova just messaged me saying, "You've just said my name instead of Nica." Yes, Nika. I mean, I'm thinking about you, Nika, even though you're not here competing. Nikaya, though, is into the corner now.
Cool to know that Nika's watching.
Yeah, she's watching. I think she always watches. I think a lot of the athletes who can't necessarily make it. But look at this from Nikaya. She's into the corner. Good work from her, pressing as she finds a left foot on the starting hold.
Look at the flexibility there. Her knee almost bending backwards.
I think we're seeing something pretty cool here from Nikaya, because you know when you just get a feeling that the athlete's on form, this is the moment, I think, for her, if she can get this done.
She seems to be on fire here.
She does, but we know how hard that so many people have dropped this last move. The crowd are behind her, though. They know what they witnessed earlier on. She's really struggling, though. She's going to go just for the jump. Good try, but I think she'll have to reset on that one a little bit.
For sure. And so far, we've only seen 3 tops and 1 on each climb.
Yeah. Good
no
separation.
Tops yet.
Yeah. Tense round, though, so far. We're waiting for someone to sort of open up this competition. Who's it going to be? We've got some big names to come.
And we've just gone past the first half of the field. So let's see if things will build up right now and we'll get more tops.
Yeah, I think it might happen, you know, when we look down, Oriane Berton, Zilia Avazu, Mao Nakamura, Agathe Calais, Camilla Moroni. I mean, you know, big stars to come.
Yeah, still 4 French and 4 Japanese to come.
So Chloe missed this grab the first time. Let's see what she can do this time. She starts the swing. Easy this time, floating through.
So floaty.
Undercling with the left hand, smearing on the slab. Georgia Tessio on women's 4, drops out a shot. Chloe keeps going. Here's the paddle. You've done a lot of these moves as an athlete, of course. What is difficult about a paddle sequence like that? What makes it hard?
I think it's the subtleties of the move. Like, as I said, like they are, sometimes they look similar, but they feel so much different.
Interesting.
And you never know, like, from the bottom as well, like sometimes how the holds are going to feel.
And I suppose you'll look at this from Nica as well, close. I suppose you're changing direction often as well. So not only are you trying to go up, you're trying to go left or right at the same time.
Yeah, it's often also not only about pulling or generating, it's also about really finding that hip swing.
Yes.
The hip swing makes the whole difference.
So that's where you find the momentum from.
Yeah, I think that's the most important part. It's finding like the balance of the body on the movement.
Interesting. It's something you do have to practice, don't you? It doesn't necessarily come naturally.
Yeah, I think for some, like, I definitely feel like Serato has a talent attached to it, but it is something that you could practice. Yeah, mesh D as well.
Yeah, we keep talking about it being a new school movement because it's something that didn't used to really exist. You know, we all knew about jumps, of course, but it's different. Look at this from Chloe Better. She's smiling and screaming at the same time. Nikaya has 6 seconds. She's going to have to fly again. It's not going to be a double for her, but it might have been. Look at this. Not quite. And Katya just in the stands confused there. Shaking her head. No idea on that one. So there is Sophia Yokoyama at the back of the line as she waits to be called on. And we will see Futaba Ito enter the stage now for Team Japan, who'll be on the far right onto the slab for the first time. A big reaction for Futaba Ito as well. Seems to be focusing on boulder more than lead this year. And then Alma on women's number 2.
Interesting to see as well that a lot of the climbers have been choosing only one of the disciplines now that it has split up in the Olympic format.
Yeah, exactly, and it's a big conversation, of course, because we're all talking about it. But yeah, it's. I have a feeling more and more are going to specialise. That's my feeling on it.
And I think it's incredible, actually, because the more people specialise, the harder and like the crazier the boulders and the routes can get.
Yeah, exactly, because you're going to be practicing just one discipline. And therefore, you think the overall standard will start to creep up.
Yeah, the level will definitely build up.
Yeah. But then, imagine the magic if someone does manage to succeed at both. You know, you have to be such a good all-round climber. And we all know the athletes who might be able to do that. You know, we think about people, for example, who've won the Olympic combined. You know, Janja Garnbret, for example, Toby Roberts, Serato. You know, everyone who's kind of top podiums on that. But then there's people like Jakob Schubert, for example, who's been very clear that he does not want to do boulder.
Yeah. And he can definitely still excel for a long time on the lead.
Yes. And Mondra, same, after Prague, he said he's finishing boulder.
So he keep on doing lead, though?
Yes, he says he'll carry on with lead, but boulder is done for him. He might change his mind, of course. That's how it currently stands.
Which would be cool.
Yeah, you never know. So Alma with a very high foot rocks up, trusting it. There's not much to stand on here.
And I'm going for that coordination move one more time.
Oh, close.
Almost had it. Alma doing a good job here also on boulder number 2.
Yeah, Alma up into the this awkward press. Lovely camera shot there to show just how much effort she's putting into the moves. Futaba Ito will clean up that slab herself, wanting to make sure of it.
It makes totally sense for this to be Remy's favorite boulder. It's so cool.
Yeah, Remy, the route setter, used to compete, used to be a coach. He's sort of done every aspect of IFSC stuff. I haven't had him in the commentary box yet. Not yet. So, Sophia on women's 4. We haven't seen too much of women's 4 because there hasn't been that much progression on it. A couple of zones, but only 3.
We did see Kyra and Madison touching that last hold, but not having it.
Yeah, close, but not quite. Anon is back into this leap now, this Cordo move. Left, right, much better from her.
That's awesome.
And that is only the second top we've seen on that one after Chloe Koskoi. Great work from Anon Matafuchi there, and a big smile on her face as the crowd celebrate with her.
Really cool top from Anon there.
You could see the moment she started the jump that she was in more control.
Yeah. Also, her last try was so close.
Yeah. So, Futaba Ito on your main screen has a left foot onto the first of the proper footholds without a smeary, slopey one. Deep pistol squat, though, in order to stand up. She's fighting through this moment, creeping that right leg up.
Really good job from Futaba there. I wonder if the beta is standing up slow on that volume like Nakaya did, or if they intended it to be fast.
I think it's got to be slow because the drop down, you know, your momentum is going backwards and you're trying to find a thumb at the same time. I think slow is best, but really risky on those feet, isn't it?
And that's what I thought from looking at it, like looking from all of the climbers who couldn't do the move, they had their knee facing left. And I think you have to twist your knee to do that move.
So Sophia leaves with 17 seconds to go. Alma, the last athlete out. Futaba's gone as well. So can Alma do something magic in the last 10 seconds here? Starts to press up into the corner. Finds the left palm. She hasn't got time for this. She's going to be timed out of this sequence as she comes down. So our top 8, Zoe Peterman's in the danger zone with a 29.7. She's the athlete at risk at the moment for our top 8. Nikaya out as well. Our USA athletes onto the stage. Now Nikaya, after the only one to hit the slab so far, dropped the top of women's 2. Can she do something on the corner of women's 3? It's going to be interesting. And then Chloe Collier on the power boulder. She gets to unleash all the power screams now.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. Also, seeing someone with 2 tops would be really cool right now.
Would be, wouldn't it? It's been low scoring. Masahiro Kuzu comes on for the first time on the left of your screen. Temperatures heated up here. Sun is out, burning off the clouds that were surrounding us earlier on, and the humidity as well has left the stadium.
Curitiba is actually known for being a city that rains a lot, and I am so glad to see only sunny and like no clouds on the sky today.
Yes, I didn't know this about Curitiba, so I bought inappropriate clothes, so I'm also very glad that it's not cold.
Yeah.
Chloe, look at this, powerful stuff from her as she heads towards the zone. Left hand, I think you want to bring the right hand through maybe, unless she was looking to match.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of different beta for that move.
So Katja Debovitz is struggling with this. She's got a fist in action there and a forearm as she presses in. Nikaya finds the first jump. She's into the zone then, and look at her score. That will be upgraded now from 7th. So what can Nikaya do on her first round through here? She's up at the top of the leaderboard now with a 44.6. So good work from her, but she does fall on the Cordo move on the paddle at the top.
Katja having her back on the hold there to try and stabilize.
She's used almost every body part apart from her hands at the moment. There's an elbow, I think, in action. Now there's a palm.
Finds the foot, which is also the start hold.
Yes.
I love when the holds have like different plays throughout the climb.
Yeah, that's the hold we're talking about, the starting hold, which is a pretty good one. But it's the position of the arms and how scrunched up you are on it. Well, the crowd know that Katja is getting close here. Needs to match with the feet. This is where the back muscles have to work hard.
Interesting move.
Keep an eye on Kuzu down on the left as well. She's spent a long time with the left foot up, but hasn't sort of pushed through that yet. And Chloe Collier is coming close to the zone as well. Left hand first of all. Ooh, holds it from Chloe Collier. Katia drops the top. It's all action here. And Chloe sets herself up for a right hand, which I think is... No, left hand. Interesting.
Interesting beta, yeah. I was sure she was going right hand as well.
Yeah, me too. So Masahiro Kuzu. Careful, not quite.
And Nakaya with that zone has the first spot off the leaderboard right now.
Yeah, she's really having a heck of a comp, is Nakaya. Really good from Nica Sanders at the moment, up at the top of the leaderboard. So Kuzu will run back onto the starting position, and then Katja Debovitz is back on the match. Nica Sanders is having a little rethink, and Chloe Collier is also breathing on the right-hand side. Katja slightly misjudged that move. Very spread out, all four limbs, but none of them actually sort of hit the right hold. She'll reset.
Also, very, very interesting round if you think like how tired it gets the athletes. Like the second boulder, you stay on the wall for so long, trying hard, like finding positions, and then number 3 just firing goes on that coordination, and then you get on the slab, on the power boulder already like so tired.
Yeah, I don't know how they have anything left. And this is what we were talking about, the order of the boulders, how important it is. It's a very challenging round, this. And it's what we want. We want the women to be fighting hard on difficult boulders.
Yeah, definitely.
Nikaya again into the paddle. What can she do here? Oh, tried to skip a move there. Kuzu looking stuck currently in that position. Katja will leave the stage with 30 seconds to go. So she's done.
Found the zone with the left hand.
Wow, look at this. So, yeah, she ignored us. Nikaya leaves as well. Kuzu has got to do something.
Finding a heel there.
Can she be the first? No, she can't. No one has. She will get awarded the zone in a minute for that one when the score has been updated. It has now, so 29.7 is Chloe's score. Chloe will wave goodbye. Her comp done, and we will look ahead to the next couple of athletes. Melody Sikikawa up next for Team Japan, part of multiple Japanese athletes getting through to this stage. And the run begins from backstage to the front. And Natsufuji will finish her comp off on the power boulder on the end. And there is Melody Sikikawa, who immediately changes shoes. So she came on with one idea in her head and has immediately swapped at least the left one for, I presume, something softer. Futaba Ito as well on the Joker boulder. Am I saying Joker because it's the one the route setters are allowed to decide what kind of style it is. The other boulders are sort of put into categories. You know, we get coordination, electric power, stuff like that, slab.
Which I think it's cool to have because the athletes definitely prepare for everything. So they expect to have at least one boulder of each style.
And of course, within that style, there's so many ways of doing a boulder within it. So it isn't really limiting, but it just gives some guidelines. Look at this from Anon Matsufuji, though.
Cruising this climb.
Could it be a flash for her? It might be. It is going to be a flash. Unreal from Anon Matsufuji, flashing the boulder that no one has got anywhere near yet. And that jumps her up to the top of the leaderboard. 69.5.
That was incredible.
What a moment that was. And also the slab has been grayed out. Did we miss something there? No, we're back on. Sorry, my bad. So she's still climbing. I thought I'd made a mistake there, apologies. So, Alma Bestvata kicks off the wall, back and forth. She goes, lands, but not quite accurate on the drop down.
And I think this could be enough for finals.
69.5, yes, I think it might be. I mean, we've got a lot of athletes. Nale, Camilla, Agat, Mao, Zelia and Oriane to come.
Yeah, we still have a lot to go.
And of course the athletes out on stage might do something magic, so we'll see. But yes, I think if I was to put a little cheeky bet down, I think I would agree with you.
Are you commentating finals with Felipe tonight?
I am, yes. He's we did some filming the other day in the gym. So he is, that episode will be coming out tomorrow morning for the World Climbing Club. And he's coming and joining me later on this evening, so that should be cool. Bit of a Brazilian legend, isn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely our biggest inspiration for rock climbing and also competition back in the day.
Brazil's hardest sport route, Brazil's hardest boulder, I think both said by him.
Yeah.
So,
also, not in Brazil, but he was the Brazilian guy to send the hardest routes, like in Spain as well.
Yeah, he was with Toby Roberts in Margalef recently. Perfecto Mundo working with him on that. Right, Futaba Ito is a move away. The crowd once again start to roar. Matches, drops into the side pull.
To be finding the right beta there. Let's see if she can do this.
I think she should from this position, surely. No!
Oh.
What do you think it is that's difficult about that? Is it just the way you're pushed backwards with the overhang?
I think that little foothold, like for the left foot, is really tricky to step on. They seem to be having trouble, like, trusting it. But right now, I think she just overdid it, and she hit the blocker. But for sure, she can send it. Got time on the clock. She'll probably have a rest and go for that one last try.
Yes. Okay. Melody Sikawa. Careful here. As she tries to find a biting point on that jib. Foot on, creeping down. Trying to crimp the edge. Oh, fingernails in action there. Always nasty.
And there goes Futaba.
Oh, really high foot. Wow.
She knows she can send it.
All right, pressing into the top. She came close before. I thought she was surely going to get it, but she got pushed off backwards, looking very good through these moves now.
And I think it will be a bit of a buzzer. Let's see. Take your time.
12 seconds, it's enough time.
Awesome.
Way more control from Futaba Ito, and great work from her as she celebrates as well.
The crowd is going crazy here.
Awesome work from her, finishing things off on boulder number 2 with a couple of seconds left on the clock. Well worked from Futaba Ito. Okay, well, the clock ticks down, the brushers do their work, and the next athlete out will be Nale Mignon. First time the French athletes will appear on our live stream for 2025. Nica Sanders as well, who did so well with that first boulder, hasn't seen the same success yet, but she's still in second place with a 44.6.
Let's see if she can find a top here. And the French are known for being really good on slab, so I think we are going to see some tops.
Nale was looking really good in qualifying. She just bobbles off that first hold, settle the nerves down a bit. And Anon running in. So Kuzi running in on 2, Katja Debovitz on 3. Mikaya down on women's 4. Masahiro then falls into position. It's interesting, that move. I think the faster you do it, the harder it is to catch yourself on women's 2.
Oh, nice. Going straight for that foothold there.
Smooth from Katja Debovitz. All right, let's see if she can do this paddle move.
I feel like she could do the foot jam like Chloe did.
And stop on the first one. So Nale now, she's on the slab. Nearly knocked her own foot off there. Brings the right foot way over to the right. Thumb wrapped around that jib. Careful with the right foot. Great footwork from her, but I don't think she could have moved off that position.
Yeah, I think she should have tried and swap foot.
Yeah, maybe. Masahiro Kuzu chalks up.
And Madison, who was our first climber out, still in 5th place.
Yeah, very interesting, isn't it? We saw that a couple of weeks ago in lead. With who? Philip Schenk is who it was, who came out first, and we were like, oh my goodness, maybe the route's too easy. And then it turns out, no, he was just absolutely on fire and made finals.
We never know with the first athletes.
No, total gamble. Yes, just because they come out in the opposite order, you know, you'd presume the first ones out are the least good. But, you know, everyone is so on the same level at the moment. But it really, it's a bit of a gamble in the first couple. Katja then starts this swing. She made this look really controlled before and does again, just dropping into that catch. Not any excess weight going through those arms. All right, so this is a nasty right hand. 0 friction on that. And then you've got to find the slopers to come, and she's a long way off it at the moment.
She did seem to slip on that no tax hold there.
If Nikaya can get herself into the zone, you know, you might be starting to think about finals, which is going to be interesting.
Yeah,
if she doesn't,
sure.
I think she might be in some trouble. Masahiro sideways, pressing up above her head. Head down, she finds a left palm. Everyone else is resting on the other boulders at the moment, including Naile on the slab. Masahiro now has worked her way slowly into position. Good from her.
What do you think of the no-tax holds, Matt?
I completely understand why they exist. I do not want to climb on them myself. I always consider it, you know, like outdoor climbing, we always complain about polish when the rock gets smooth, and yet with indoor we create these holds where it is polished. So personally I don't love climbing on it, but I really like the way it challenges the athletes on an IFSC setting. You know, I think we need to find ways, because they're just too good at the moment. What about you? Do you like them?
Yeah, I think they're really cool. Like, they allow the route setters to create like movements that maybe wouldn't be possible without them.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool. It's like, I don't think it's like good or bad, or
yeah.
I don't think there's a way it should be. Like, it's just cool to see new things coming.
Any innovation, it can be overused, perhaps. You know, maybe I think there's always like an overreaction, and then we pull something back a bit. And I think there was a time when everything was no-tax.
Yeah.
But I think we're starting to find the balance, and
yeah.
I'm enjoying it more and more.
For sure.
Right, next up will be Camilla Maroney, as she runs on. And we had a little chat with her during the World Climbing Club, because she didn't have the best of rounds, by her own admission, in China. She said to me she just wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling great, didn't enjoy it. But yesterday, or whenever it was qualifying, she was back in her normal frame of mind and was feeling good again. And there is Camilla on your main screen as she comes up into the slab to start things off. Trusting that left foot, dragging the right foot. Good start from her.
Yeah, good to see. Really quick work on that first move there. Finding the balance.
Yeah, you don't want to knock your own feet off or step on your toe box. Gotta be careful.
No zone. Oh,
Melody Sikikawa on your main screen now. She comes towards the top. Futaba Ito floats into the zone hold, and Alma Bestvata finishes off her final boulder.
And Camilla finds the zone flash on the slab.
Good work from Camilla then.
Camilla looking good on the slab.
Yeah, Camilla's still on the slab. Melody Sikikawa is a move away as well. But we've seen so many athletes drop it at this point, and she was low on that time. So Camilla's going to go for this big move left, drop onto it. Not quite for Camilla.
Really close.
Yeah. I think you're right with what you said earlier about you have to be slow on that move, or not have to be, but I think it's easier to be slow. I think so many people, look at that backstage shot, we're getting a bit of medical attention for Katja Debovits, I think. Camilla Moroni back quickly into position. Spent a long time on the slab before. Struggling, maybe we'll just need to reset, give it a brush, recompose this slightly. Now my best Vata on the power boulder. Pinches, and no text pinches as well, so some of your hand is on the no friction section.
And this boulder has been proven to be quite hard, like the pinches.
Yeah, no one really getting, well, apart from Anon Matsufuji,
yeah,
who flashed it.
It was crazy.
Ridiculous.
Camila back on the slab.
So she gets stood up and immediately slides down. And now she was low before. What can Melody Sikikawa do this time? She needs a bit more pop towards that final 25. Gets the left foot in, palming up with the right. Little adjustments.
Oh,
no, low again.
Closer this time, though.
Yes, closer, but still not quite. So minute 42 to figure it out.
And this boulder has been proven to be like that. We've seen so many girls hit the last hold and not stay.
Alma Bestvata will pull straight back on again. Toe locked in. You're in a stable position here, but you've got to drop the left foot, hit the right pinch, start thinking about the zone hold. Chloe went up with left. We've seen some people go up with right. What's Alma going to do here? She matches. Left hand for her, very low, but she makes the adjustment.
Nice job getting the zone there. And we might be seeing a top here. Let's see what she can do.
Yeah,
finds the match.
Fighting. Oh. That was very close from Alma. I'm not sure whether she'll recover with only 44 seconds left, though. But really good from her. Futaba will line up the jump. Alma, I think, has left, yes. Oh, no, she's still on. And Futaba Ito comes through. Melody gets it, third time of asking.
That's really cool.
And Camilla as well with 20 seconds. I think she leaves. And Alma as well with a little smile on her face. She knew how close she could have come there, but not quite on the day. But good work. Now, we saw the shot of Katja Debovits in the isolation area. She is struggling with a finger injury. She will carry on competing, but worth keeping an eye on.
I hope she's okay.
She's okay enough to carry on climbing, so that's good. But that was we saw the physio kind of working with her, and physios are allowed to do that. They can't obviously help the athlete with any beta, but they are allowed to obviously attend to any injuries. And there is Katja running onto the power boulder, and you can see that it looks to me like the left index finger is taped up, so I think it's that one. Agathe Calais is out for the first time in our semi-finals, qualified high up in the order for Team France. Only Oriane Berton beating her. And Agathe will run into the slab, but immediately down for her. And Nile, oh wow.
Wow.
Now she's attempting what is a move that we saw a lot of, this sort of rotation on a boulder. We first saw it in Innsbruck a couple of years ago.
Nile found the beta now without the twist.
Yes, I think it was a good attempt. It's the only athlete who's tried that, but not quite the intended beta on this one. So Katja cleans up the hold. Agathe on your centre shot there. And look at this from Nile. Good work as she finds the left foot. Pressing, hooking with the toe.
Looking strong on the press.
Oh, that right leg just flicked up behind her. And sits down low, trying to put some pressure in. This is good work from Nile here.
Yeah, seems to be finding the positions there. Oh,
very, very close from her. Yeah, we haven't seen Nile compete since Prague last year. So it's good to have her back on the scene. And this is a gap right now. Ooh, teetering off though. And there is Katja. I think he's struggling with that finger, you know. I keep seeing her look down at it. And you can see heavily strapped up on the left index finger.
I wonder if it was a pulley injury or just like from hitting that first hold.
Yeah, I don't know.
Climb.
Yeah, she might have hit it against the wall.
Yeah, could have been the nail.
Yeah. It's very wrapped though, so for me if it was a pulley maybe it would be more sort of specifically wrapped, but the whole thing is taped at the moment, so that would imply maybe hitting it. He says, I have no idea, I'm not a physio, I'm just presuming. Agathe Calais is back on her slab, Nile is resting. Masahiro Kuzu flew, but now will reset, and Katja hasn't done too much climbing yet on this one. Agathe trying to get some rubber in action here. Adjusts the left foot, moves it higher up, slides down. Not getting to grips with the slab at the moment on the first couple of moves.
Yeah, this pistol has proven to be hard.
Yes, it's kind of, you either stick or you don't, it seems.
And you have to do 2 pistol squats on that climb, like with the left leg.
And not much kind of room to shake out the left leg as well. You know, give yourself some relief from it. So Katja has rested for quite a while here, minute 30, keeps looking down at that left finger.
Interesting that we've already had tops on all the climbs though.
Yes.
So that's cool.
There's still low scoring. 8th is Kyra Kondi, she's in the danger zone. Top 3 is Anon Nikaya and Futaba Ito. Agathe, just what is going on with that left foot, bobbling away. Masahiro Kuzu starts to swing, drops in, catches, good work from her. With a minute to go, Katja will pull on again for the first time. Hits the right hand, all action now suddenly. Masahiro falls, Katja falls, we're left with 2. Nale Mignon on the top middle of your screen, Agathe in the center screen. Left foot bobbling again. Nale stays very low, creeping through. Careful, careful with the thumb now.
Probably her last try on this climb.
Yeah, 18 seconds, good spot. Looking strong though as she comes into the underclings. Fires up towards the top. Oh. It's unreal how close they're getting to that, not quite managing to get it. And Agathe only got 5 seconds, no zone for her. That's not going to count as a zone, so Agathe having a challenging start here.
Yeah, she might need 2 tops if she wants to make the finals tonight.
Yeah. Well, only a couple to go now. 3 athletes remaining before we start to lose boulders. Mao Nakamura, Zelia Abazu and Oriane Berton to come.
And soon we're going to know who our first finalist is.
Yeah, we're getting there, aren't we? And look how many Japanese athletes we've got on the stage right now. 3 and Camilla splitting the pack at the moment. As we come into our next round here.
Really cool to see Mao for the first time here today. She's known for being really, really good in slab, so I wonder if she can top this one today. And quick work from Melody here. Hands on the top. Really, really close. Oh, and that is a flash from Futaba Ito. We missed that on the main screen, but we could see it on the top corner, right corner there. Amazing work from Futaba. and that jumps her into second place. Camila really close to the top here. Mao standing up on that volume already. And that is another top for the Japanese, Melody Sekikawa. Incredible 2 tops in such a short amount of time. The round is firing up.
Yeah, with 3 minutes left, it's been a heater of a round, hasn't it? Incredible stuff, and the crowd just enjoying every second of this spectacle right now as Melody leaves the stage. And then as she blew, she bobbled off and fell there. All right, running back on. And Camilla Moroni on number 2.
The Japanese leading the way now after these 2 minutes we had so far on this round.
Yeah, everything changing in the top of the order as Anon takes that, well, still in the top spot, but Futaba with that 69.4 now, just 1 attempt beneath their teammate. And Melody Sekikawa also with a boulder to go on 59.4. So Camilla stretching out, trusting that left foot as she gets stood.
Camila looking good now, finding that side pull.
Very in control as she eyes up the top hold, and yes!
She has it.
Well, the leaderboard will change once more as Camilla Moroni, clearly on fire, comes down.
Awesome to see it top.
Mao struggling though on that slab. She's looked so, that look of confusion has been consistent throughout lots of athletes. Just like, what? What is this? You either seem to be able to do the move quite easily, or it's an absolute nightmare and you can't do it at all.
And now we have Mao in the full screen.
Yeah, the only athlete left, so we can watch her in full glory here as she gets stood up. Left foot, careful, careful, got to trust it, pressing
it. It's interesting to see this slab as the first climb because it really challenges the athletes mentally for the next climbs.
Yes, and the ones who have been frustrated have struggled later on, which has been interesting.
So it is important to keep your cool on this round.
Oh, finds the left toe, the minute buzzer goes.
I think that is the first time she's finding the jib there.
That will give her confidence then, you know, trusting the feet for the rest of the boulder.
That's also a zone for her. Let's see if she can do the pistol squat now. Yeah, interesting work from Mao. She finds it.
Careful from Mao.
Going for the slow method, I think, just like Nakaya did. And she finds it.
Slipped. No, missed it fully. Lovely shot from our camera team there, just to show how much she missed it, really outside of it.
17 seconds on the clock. I don't think it is going to be enough, but if she believes it.
She's certainly not going to give up, is she? Right, comes backwards, looks left, you're right though, 8 seconds, it's not going to be enough time. And there it goes, and I think she will drop off at this point, knowing that it's done. Good effort from Mao Nakamura though. Okay, 2 to go. Let's see a replay.
That is Futaba flashing and cruising that pinch climb.
I think if you are the type of athlete who is as powerful as she is, this is a fairly straightforward boulder, but it really tests how much power you actually have.
And she's the first one to find that heel hook method. The other top we saw was with the press.
Oh, that was such a cool move, wasn't it? Legs above her head. Flying through that sequence. So Nile falling. Zelia Abazu on the slab, looking good as she gets stood up. And Kuzu on the power boulder. We know it's flashable. We know it's sendable. If that's a word.
Almost flashing that coordination. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
And Zelia doing a really, really good work on the slab.
So the leaderboard has lots of time to change here, but our top 8 currently goes down to Afra Hoink.
Agat's finding her way through here.
Yeah, strong stuff from her. Thumbs in. Look at this from Nile.
Did the paddle.
Great from her. Agat then trying to fight for the top, and she's one hand away as well.
Almost had it.
It is all action here in the dying moments of our competition as the last through come in. Nile strides off with confidence. We're left with Masahiro Kuzu on the final climb. And Zelia Avazu on the far left of the screen. Penultimate athlete out, Oriane Berton after that. And then we'll start to say goodbye. Ooh, big pop. I think that left foot might be getting worse. You know, the more people who are standing on it, the more dirt in there. We sometimes see that.
Yeah, for sure. It is definitely a bit harder right now.
Yeah. This is good work though, find that left hand, it seems to be the way.
And so far only Japanese have topped the green boulder.
Yeah, true. No one else getting close. Nile Mignon, let's see how she did it. Right hand was on that no-tex, left hand on the slopers, hit it on the left, legs flicking up behind her. Found the 25 and a big smile on her face. Really controlled through that paddle sequence.
Cruised it. Really great to see that.
All right, Zelia into position, palming down with the left, brings the left hand up. That smear of rubber where so many athletes have been standing before, but it just keeps going on her. She would have hit her knee then on the way down as well. Agat looks right. Oh, finds the press. Starts to push through the move.
Agat really needs the top here after not finding the zone on both number 1.
Yeah, we saw how frustrated she was on the slab, and Zelia a similar kind of body position as well. Just like, what is going on with this? Alley from Agat. She was close before, fingertips are wrapped over it, couldn't quite complete the movement, and this will be probably a last go on it.
Looking strong here though.
Zelia falls again on the slab. Agat, one move away, no, again. And she rocks over backwards in frustration. She knows it's done with 22 seconds on the clock. She picks up her stuffs and leaves. But Kuzu still has a chance here. Toe in, can she complete this? No. Feet needed to be over to the left, and she was way too underneath it.
Yeah, I think with the beta for the right, like foot up, you need to cross to the top.
Yeah, I think so. Zelia will have a look at the slab and boulder too. Work to do for Zelia Avazu as well, and Agat in trouble. We will see as the wind, you can see it rippling across the tent that protects the boulder wall from potential rain. But a lovely sunny day. The mountains in the background there. A few clouds overhead. And listen to the reaction for Oriane Berton as she comes on. One of the favourite for sure. But Camilla Moroni, who is having a wonderful competition after her disappointment in China. And Oriane there. So let's see our top 2. Oriane will start. So, Oriane up into the starting position. starts to fire over to the left. We know how good she is at slabs, but that left foot has absolutely got worse throughout this competition. It's now just something you can't trust. The friction will have gone a bit.
Oh,
Melody. Right hand, two hands, another flash on Boulder 4. Now that won't change the order of the top 8, but that will bump her up to the top spot. Sorry, it will change the order of the top 8, bumping her up to the top spot, but it won't alter Madison Richardson, who's still in 8th, by the way. Strong stuff from our Canadian athlete who was first out. Oriane then struggled with the left foot. Ooh, full commitment from her though. She stands up. It's interesting. Like, obviously, the more weight I guess you put into the foot, the easier it is to stand up on. But to trust it after slipping is a
yeah, and also the.
And Camilla now eyes up the last holds. No, she's low too. And we're looking at how many Japanese and French athletes might make it through here. It's so interesting. Right, Oriane is on the far left. Mao Nakamura is pressing her way through. Careful with that right toe. Palming up, turning the right leg.
Good work from Mao there. And I think Melody and Anon should already be
through, yes, I think so.
The finals.
Yeah, 84.4 won't be beaten now, I don't think.
Futawa probably too.
Yeah, well, it could be beaten by Oriane, of course, she's starting out, but yeah. So this is Mao Nakamura on the top. But we've seen so many people drop this final move. Can she be one to get it done?
Camila one more time going for that paddle.
Yeah, can she get it? No, she's trying to match and then go. And Oriane then gets stood up, turns down, pressing in an awkward position here, a bit horizontal, but she's got through that first difficult sequence. Problem is, we've seen athletes do this before, and you've still got to transition the hands over. Pressing, pressing. Good work from Oriane as she comes into the zone. Right, second half of the boulder here. No, over backwards for Oriane. Yeah, exactly. And then look, telling herself to calm down. God, I love watching Oriane climb. It's like she might as well do the commentating for me. I could just see it all. So, now Nakamura also has to calm herself down here. She's got here before. Can she complete this move now?
Yeah. Hopefully she can.
1 minute. 1 minute. And maybe a chance for 2 attempts, but she'll be feeling tired, won't she?
Oriane also, we can see her on the not quite.
It's not going to be for Oriane, I don't think.
Oriane has secured the zone though, so
Nica Sanders still the only athlete to top Boulder number 1.
And if Oriane can't do it, then she will have been the only one.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from her.
I'm glad we got to see a top on that one.
I do too. You know, the slabs have been very challenging in this competition. Oriane is not going to get it done in the time. 20 seconds. She's going to have to say goodbye with just a zone. Mao as well will lead the stage, and Camilla Moroni as well without a top. So still hard all the way through to the end of our rotation of athletes. Everyone being challenged here. Coming up just past 12 o'clock here in Curitiba.
And we are done for Boulder number 1.
We're done. That's it. No more of that one. It'll be reset very soon. Of course, the finals coming up round about, well, at 5:30 p.m. here, Curitiba time, Brazilian time. I say Brazilian time, such a massive country. We've got different time zones, haven't we? So Curitiba time. So the French are out in force. Zelia Oriane and Naili Mignon onto the stage all at the same time. And these 3 women vying for finals places right now. Lyle on the power boulder. Has she got something left in those arms? into the starting position. Lock off the toe.
Only French on the wall right now, which is cool.
Allez Le Bleu is being shouted by the crowd. Nali Mignon is up. This could be another flash potential. Agat as well is into a good position here. All
Good
go
job
as
from
Agat
all the
shakes
French
out.
here.
Nali, she can flick a foot in. She's going to be close here. Agat falls off the last hold. Nali hits it with the right hand. She's going to flash it as well.
Awesome job by Nali.
Spectacular stuff there from Nali.
Should be in for finals, but we shall see.
Yes, we'll have a look at the leaderboard in a minute. Zelia Avazu, meanwhile, comes into the final sequence on women's 2. Oh, she looks stressed in this position. This is the uncomfortable position we were talking about earlier. Awkward. No, low that time. That left foot sliding off the jib as she popped up towards the top. So Agat and Zelia left alone. Nali Mignon getting that power boulder done in a flash. Good work from her. Those iPads on screen, by the way, are for the coaches. That's what they record the attempts for appeals and for after analysis. And Agat starts this swing now. Back and forth she goes. A little bit wild with that right leg, kind of flicking up awkwardly.
Yeah, that was really interesting. And from her last try, I think she can definitely do this pedal. Let's see.
Yeah, she had a hand on the finishing hold before. Gets herself set, no hesitation. Got the angle change. Caught herself with that left one hand.
Awesome top from Agat.
Well, that's going to change things around once more. But Agat Calais with a deep breath there, shaking out that left hand. And she would have been ripped on the hold as she grabbed it. And she walks past Zelia Avazu, who's still thinking through. So, our leaderboard changing a little bit there, but it'll be updated in a sec. Zelia Avazu nodding to herself, feeling like she might have this. And plenty of time, 2 minutes 30 on the clock now. Runs up to this starting position. Early on, we watch athletes fall off that right foot, but no one really has fallen since then. Good position for Zelia as she finds the corner. And this high left foot only works because you're pushing in opposition. Right foot on the jib. And she rotates through. So nicely through the bottom part. You want to maintain all of the energy you can for this top pushy sequence.
She's still got a lot of time on the clock, so let's see if she can make it work.
Yeah, that thumb is on the jib. You can just see it underneath on that left hand.
I wonder if she read the side pull method.
She spent a long time sort of air climbing, thinking that sequence through. Yeah. And look, yeah, she has dropped the weight over to the left.
Trying the pinch method though. Oh,
I think you're too far to the right and underneath it to do it easily in that position. I think dropping further to the left is the way.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the easiest method.
But that super hold up there has not got a lot of friction. Right, this was Nale's flash. You blinked, you missed it because she was so fast here. And the moment she got that right heel in, you could tell she was in a good position.
And that's an interesting boulder. I think other tops we've seen were flashes.
I think it's what I said. Like, it's a straightforward boulder to read. It's just whether you have enough power as an athlete to do that. Yeah. And I think a lot of the athletes in the lower order just didn't have that oomph in order to get it done.
And I think a lot of them also gassed out from the first three.
Yeah.
Since this is the last one. So that's also plays a lot of part on the strategy they're doing.
Yeah, because the setters will want separation at the end as well, and putting a power boulder in means, you know, you're guaranteed some of that separation because you test different aspects of the athlete's abilities.
Yeah, that's true. And there is Zelia on her last attempt.
Yeah, 20 seconds. Has she learnt enough through the previous goes to figure this one out?
Ten seconds left.
It's going to be... Oh, she checks the time. The buzzer's going to go. She's just going to have to fling herself. Not enough time to drop left. Can she do it? 2 seconds. No. Zelia Avazu is outside of that final hold. Let's see. Agat's move. That left arm ripping away. What a catch, though, from her. And then bringing the feet in and making the match as quickly as possible. Good work from Agat.
And the boulder we thought would be one of the hardest, the power one. actually proved to be
one of the easiest, yes.
One so
well,
far.
This is our top 8 now. Georgia Tessio in the danger zone down in 8th. Chloe Kosuke and Nica Sanders still in the running. Camilla Moroni, Futaba Ito, Anon Matafuchi, Nali Mignon and Melody Sikawa make up our current top 8 as we come towards the last couple of boulders. Oriane is back on number 3. And we're watching here Camilla Moroni now. She's got the power to do this boulder. Has she got the energy? She's screaming her way through here. Careful, careful with the left hand from Oriane. She was very frustrated in the first climb.
Camila also doing a really quick work there on board number 4. Awesome. Let's see if she can find the top.
Yeah, she does. It's another flash.
That's awesome.
She's enjoying that. What a comeback for Camilla Moroni. Didn't make semis in Cachao, makes finals here. Makes finals, though, here in Brazil. Awesome stuff. And now we stick with Mao Nakamura. She has a look at the Cordo boulder here. Fascinating stuff. We could see some newbies coming through into our finals. Could be a very interesting finals that takes place later on tonight. You don't want to miss that. Right, split screen as Oriane Berton is on the Joker bottom. Mao Nakamura on the Cordo moves now. And she spins off and down. We'll have to rethink that one. As will Oriane. Now, this is always the moment with Oriane. In the past, historically, when she's got flustered, she tends to spiral a little bit, get in her own head. She's been working on this a lot throughout the last couple of years. And we've seen that improve, that maturity that she's picked up. But it's a big moment, this, for Oriane Berton, if she can put slab number 1 behind her. Right foot up.
Let's see if Mao can find the top here as well.
Yeah, she starts to swing. She came close before. Tick-tocking those legs through.
Cruising that first battle.
Yeah, the ones who really have that move locked in, just like nothing, doesn't it? Oriane is getting close, as is Mao Nakamura. That classic celebration from Mao. She gets so emotional. What a celebration, and the crowd love it as well.
Oh, and Oriane also finding
Oriane gets it
so
done.
Easy.
That's the maturity I was talking about that she's gained, and she wants the crowd behind her too. The French flags are flying here in the audience. Awesome double tops. I think Oriane's forgot something there. Yep, short bag, need that. Or whatever it was. Tape, I think. And a fist bump from the ladies. Lovely to see.
And she loves the crowd here.
Well, oh God, I love the crowd here. I mean, I want to be out there on the mats. It's so infectious, their enthusiasm. They're dancing along to the music. It's brilliant to see. Really is. Right, our top 8 currently. Georgia Tessio in the danger spot. Chloe Kosuke, Nica Sanders, Futaba Ito, Anon Matafuchi, Nali Mignon, Camilla Moroni, and Melody Sikawa. That is our top 8 as they stand. And I mean, Oriane obviously not up there yet. She's looking good. But there's a couple of people, including Nikaya, who might make her first finals here.
It would be really cool to see that.
This is going to be a really interesting last couple of boulders here. I'll have to figure things out with you as well. And as we come down the order, Sofia Yokiyama in 24th, just 9.8 for her, struggled a little bit. Alma Bestvata as well, down in the 19.5s. Zoe Peterman's good performance from her, up into 17th position, so a PB for her. Previously 23rd was her best, and Agathe Calais as well. She's still in the running, of course. One boulder to go for her. And a bit of a delay going on right now. I'm not quite sure what's happening. I think there's a lot of people pointing towards the power boulder at the top. So we have got a bit of a delay going on right now. I've been told it's something to do with the roof. Not quite sure what's going on, but I'll let you know when I get informed. So this was this was Oriane's top. I think everything's all right, the rotations come through now. This was Oriane getting to the top of the boulder. Good work from her. Latching that top hold and hyping the crowd who did respond. Wow, did they respond. Incredible stuff. Right, Zelia Avazou. Let's see what you can do on boulder number 3. And then Agathe is on boulder number 4. Team France, real powerhouses with this one. Agathe falls off first time. Zelia, one hand, that really like she wasn't in control of that swing at all. So, Zelia with the swing, lands,
much
catches better. Yeah, much better.
That was really good. And Agathe not finding the friction there.
No, not enjoying it at all, is she? And this is the thing about power. I mean, she's got the power to do a boulder like this. Zelia falls. Yeah, Agathe's more than got the power. It's has she got the power endurance after all those boulders, you know? That's what it's going to be testing at this point.
Skin is probably taking apart as well.
Yes, true. It's been a tough round, lots of slopers out there, lots of marginal holds with friction. Agathe is being screamed at her from the audience here.
Agathe not finding the zone yet.
No, not yet. And, you know, a power boulder like this, you know, how do you train something like in power endurance? Is it a case of just doing multiple boulders in training over and over and over again?
Yeah, I think doing laps on hard climbs is a good option for sure. And just practicing comp rounds is good to develop like this skill.
Like a simulation style.
Yeah, comp simulations are good.
Yeah, because power endurance is one of those things that can either, you know, like, you have to work at it. But it's different from endurance training, where endurance training can take months of work, where power endurance can come a bit more quickly if you've got it within you.
Yeah, I also think that some gym, like exercises and sets, can be good for it.
Well, like weights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Building up that, like, try hard in your mind.
Yeah, true. And that ability to try hard is something that some athletes can turn on and some struggle with, you know. And you see some athletes who just never give up. You know, I'm thinking about Colin Duffy when he's on form. He just fights his way through every move. Right, Agathe will clean up this boulder. She's not liking the first couple of sequences, whereas Zelia has come so close to finishing this thing. And occasionally just struggles on that first move. Maybe she needs to rest a little more here. There is Camilla in our shot. Big smile on her face. Zelia starts to swing.
Oh, missing the foot there.
I think a slight bit of panic. You can see her being like, oh, calm down. Because this is the thing, you can start to spiral in your own head a little bit.
Because she had that move already.
Yeah, it was done, wasn't it? She looked wild the first time she tried it and then improved on it.
That does make things interesting because Nica is still there.
Yep, Nica is still there. Huge for her. And she will not have necessarily expected that.
And also Chloe, her teammate, both the US girls still making it.
Zelia is sitting on the mat, 16 seconds. She doesn't want to go, but she's not got enough time. And that first move escaped her. Agathe trying to fight, finds something here. Misses the zone as well. And that for Agathe, I think, is it. And head in her hands as well. Yeah, deep breath from her. We'll check the score in a sec, but I think that's it for her.
I think she knows it's not what she needed.
No. In real trouble there. Well, what an interesting round. I would not have predicted some of these results here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Just 2 at a time now as we rotate through again. Mao will finish things off. So, with that score, I'm just trying to see a GAT. Yeah, she's down to 34.8, so well outside of finals on that one. So, Oriane Berton, up she goes. Easy through the first sequence. Mao Nakamura as well flashes the zone. Oriane's a bit low. We stick with Mao as she upgrades the left hand. Hits the right. It's going to be a flash from Mao Nakamura as well.
That is so interesting. We have not seen a top of this boulder that hasn't been a flash.
Yeah. Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Because either you do it first go, well, that's it. You can't do it.
Everyone who's done it, flashed it.
Mao Nakamura and Oriane, by the way, off camera, was smiling over, celebrating with Mao. These two ladies sort of sharing the stage together. And look, Mao is now hyping up Oriane. That's cool to see.
That's really nice.
That is wicked. Look at that smile from Oriane. That is a really cool sport.
For sure, Oriane can do this climb.
Yeah. Right, well, all attention then turns to Oriane, who I think is enjoying this. She's got a big smile on her face. That's the leaderboard. Nikaya is still in it. Oriane is in 8th. Wow. This is unbelievable. And Camilla Moroni up in 2nd place with a 69.7.
It's going to be between Zelia and Nikaya. If Zelia needs the top.
Wow.
If she wants to be in.
Okay.
From what I've seen.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Oriane will go again in a sec. Oriane floats in. Good work from her. Up into the no-tex. Up, Oriane goes. That was as close as you could get. That left hand not quite finding the friction.
But she seems to be having fun here.
Oh, she is. I mean, look, how could you not? There's a festival atmosphere here in the stadium. It's so good.
For sure. Taking a breath there.
Yeah, this is very Oriane. She sits with her back to the crowd, composing herself. We can see her on the cameras, but the audience is just shielded from that moment. Deep breaths then from Oriane. Plenty of time from her, 2 minutes 20. And listen to the crowd start to hype her up. And that is the crowd. What a shot that is. Really cool stuff here. Total fiesta-like atmosphere. Oriane checks the clock. Dives deeply here.
Really cool to see the crowd backing up Oriane here.
Yeah, they are enjoying it with her.
She's taking her time on this coordination. And it's interesting because normally athletes, I think they would fire up more goes on a coordination boulder, whereas Oriane, she knows she can do it and she's having the time to rest.
She has so much confidence in these moments. You know, she, as you said, she knows that she needs to take time to rest. Trying to get rid of some pump off that left arm. She's all right. She's got it taped up. Careful, Oriane, please. Don't rip that thing out. 1 minute 20. She's making us wait here. I'm getting nervous as I'm waiting and watching. So here we go. Oriane stands up. The crowd respond to Oriane. Huge moment from them. Here we go then. Oriane stands. Starts her swing. Up she goes into position. 56 seconds on the clock now.
Looking confident.
Oriane up towards the top hold.
Let's see if she can do it.
Yeah, no, she can't.
So close.
One hand ripping off the top again, but she's got 42 seconds. I don't know if that's enough time, Rodrigo. I don't know.
She still has a smile on her face. She's looking confident.
She is. I mean, 30 seconds, and she's got a boulder to go, though, as well. So,
she's building up the tension for the crowd.
Yeah, and for me, 27 seconds left here. Well, the crowd are loving the fact that she's going to go again with 20 seconds to go. No, I think, yeah. Oh, no, she just fell. 15, why not? The crowd are loving Oriane Berton right now. No, it is done. Couldn't rest long enough. And she says goodbye. She's still inside the top 8. Wanted to give the crowd something else to cheer about, but couldn't quite put it together on that round. Right, now this is important, Rodrigo, because Zelia Avazu is out soon. She can knock out still some people from the top 8.
Yeah, she needs that top if she wants to be in the finals tonight.
And that was Mal's top, almost in shock as she latched that last hold. Very cool moment. So here is Zelia on the final climb. Now this is very important for our comp. She needs a top to knock out Nica Sanders. If Nica gets in, it'll be first semi-finals, first finals, which is pretty incredible.
I would love to see a shot of Nica right now.
I know. She's somewhere. I can't see her in the audience. She'll be somewhere out there. Yeah, big moment here. So here is Zelia. Pressure is on right now.
Oh, heel hook method. Let's see.
So, Zelia Avazu. Back and forth with her hands here. 3 minutes 55 on the clock. As she looks up, this could be a hugely important moment for her. This power boulder needs to become quick. So she rests. Waiting, the crowd get behind her. So up into the pinch. Left hand underneath. Little adjustments, finds the heel now. What could she do? No, she slips off. So 3 minutes left on the clock for Zelia Avazu. Little smile on her face, but she is currently outside of our top 8. Real important moment here as the clock will tick down. The time is against her. The crowd is with her, though.
Crazy moment here.
Yeah, it really is a crazy moment. Our shot through the coaches, through the judges, picking out Zelia Avazu. Oriane Berton in 8th at the moment. And Zelia with 2 minutes 30 on the clock. 2 minutes 23 now. Important moment here. Melody Sikakawa leading the way at the moment. Fingers twiddling there, trying to figure out. She reads these boulders so closely, doesn't she? Really focusing on different stuff here.
Also interesting to see 4 out of the 5 Japanese into the finals.
Yeah, exactly. Big Japanese contingent in here. Nica Sanders sitting in 7th. Up she comes towards the 10. Has the right heel in. Zelia Avazu wants another brush. Asks for it. The wind whipping through our stadium suddenly. Very dramatic out here at the moment. It's all go. And that is the zone hold, but she needs to get past that one in order to get through the movement.
The tension is definitely building up here.
Yeah, it really is. The weather adding to it. Wow, what a way to end this semi-finals here. She looks left, minute 16 on the clock. Ticking through. Oriane Berton in 8th with 44.4. Nica Sanders 44.6. She's really close here. Could be anyone's round. 1 minute on the clock. Zelia's been resting a long time here, Rodrigo, waiting for this moment. 50 seconds left here. Zelia Avazu back into position.
Let's see if she can make it work.
She's currently sitting down in 15th position here. Left hand. Oh, searches for the foot. This is not as smooth as she would have wanted it.
Oh.
And drops down. And I think that could be it, you know. I think Nica Sanders might be in her first final. And yeah, Zelia Havasu is going to say goodbye. It's not going to be finals for her this afternoon.
Nikaya's in.
Oh, Nikaya is in. What a comp she has had. The USA athlete will have to completely reset here. First time she will be in a finals isolation area. What a moment that is for the sport. But you got to feel for Zelia Havasu, just not her day out there. Well, we wait now for the last time as an athlete will be coming out onto the stage.
And will it keep on being the way it has on this boulder? Flasher, no sand?
I think it's got to be. I mean, I just wonder how much energy Oriane has left. She didn't make that corridor move. She tried it right until the very end. I wonder if she saved something in the tank here. Right, she looks up.
Let's see how she does it. Looking strong so far. Let's see what Oriane can do. Finds the zone. Easy.
Yeah, has that heel locked in. Says good work from Oriane. She's a move away from the flash here. She's a move away from the top. Which method? There's that toe hook out left. She's just going to boost towards it. No, low. She tried to do the palm down. Didn't quite work. Oh, deep breath there. Disappointed. And now, look, as you said, the only people who have climbed this thing are the ones who have flashed it. So, and Oriane...
She did bump to 7th place, though.
So she's up above Nica. That score will be updated soon. So she is through, of course, but yeah, she'd love to finish this thing off, and she won't know the score, of course, so she'll keep on going here. And the crowd get behind her as well. Yeah, wait for that score to be updated on the right. Not there yet. So our crowd loving this. Final 3 minutes 27. I would imagine here that Oriane... Let's talk a bit about you, Rodrigo, and Brazilian climbing a little bit, because you guys have got a good team at the moment, coming stronger and stronger, it seems.
Yeah, it's been great, like, having the training center, and I feel like we've really developed, like, having a facility here to train on, and I think the last years have been, like, building up to this moment, and yeah, the team is looking strong. Mariana also, she had like the best, I think it was the best result like a female has had for Brazil.
Wow.
So that was crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people were talking about it and you could hear it. People kept chatting to me and then leaving me and running into the stadium to check out, you know, which Brazilian athlete was doing well. And in terms of the next few comps, are you sending athletes out to those in Salt Lake and beyond into Europe?
Yeah, in Salt Lake, I'll be there, and also Laura. Not the whole team, but I think for the Europe comps, we'll have more of us competing.
Fantastic. Yeah. Really cool to see. And yeah, we hope the RFC will return to Brazil, certainly return to South America in the future.
Yeah, I really hope we have the Curitiba World Cup become a classic.
Would be good, wouldn't it? Right, Oriane has stood up as we watch a replay here of her previous attempt.
Her foot seemed to slip there, yeah.
Yeah, she tried to save it on the palm, but it wasn't going to happen. Right, here she goes again. Can she possibly do what no one else has done and send it on a second go instead of the first?
She did have a long rest, so.
Looking good so far. Trying to breathe, you can see, puffing out those cheeks. Up she goes towards the top. This is where she got to before, though. Yes! Yeah. She is going to do it.
That is a top for Oriane.
Top for Oriane Berton then. It doesn't change our top 8, but it does change the standings of our top 8. And Oriane just takes a moment with the crowd who have been behind her all the way. What a cool moment out there.
The crowd has gone crazy.
That is the audience baked in sunshine. Well, we're almost done for our broadcast. We'll return at 5:30 this evening for the finals, but we will wait for the confirmation of the results as we know. I haven't seen any appeals come in, so I'm not expecting any to, but just remember that things can alter occasionally between these rounds. And there are results. Melody Sikakawa leading the way with 84.4. Camilla Maroney over Nali Mignon. Anon Matsufuchi and Futaba Ito down in 5th. Oriane Berton 6th with that final top. Mao Nakamura, and unbelievably, Nica Sanders makes her first ever finals. Incredible stuff.
After making her first semi-final.
First semis, first finals. Amazing. Chloe Koskoi also came close. The appeal on Boulder 2 rejected, so it wasn't top given. And then as we come down the order, Cara Condi did well in 13th as well. Agathe Calais, not the comp she would have wanted. Neither for Zelia Avazu, who just managed zones on the first 3. And then down at the bottom, Sofia Yokoyama with a 9.8. Well, that will be it. Rodrigo, thank you so much for joining me here today in the commentary box.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure
thanks for
talking
having
to you.
me, Matt. It was a pleasure.
It's been wonderful. And your team, well, not teammate, used to be teammate, Felipe Camargo will be joining me in the commentary box later on this evening. So thank you, Rodrigo.
Thank you.
Well, we'll leave you with these shots and a reminder to subscribe to the World Climbing Club, a free-to-watch show on YouTube where we bring you all the results, highlights, behind-the-scenes stuff and more from the last couple of days of competition. IFSC Instagram, of course, is out there as well. And as we watch the athletes who have made it through or haven't, depending, it was a tough round, brutal for all, but celebration for some, heartbreak for others. And we will return later on this evening as our top 8 will fight for just 3 podium places, gold, silver and bronze on the line on our final day of competition here in Brazil. It's going to be an intense final. Hopefully you can join me here as the sun will set over Curitiba. My name's been Matt Groom. I've been joined by Rodrigo Hanna. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.